probably find something else to say, but it is what it is at that point because we did what they said we couldn't do.
Jackson is also looking to rewrite the narrative against Tennessee, a team he's never beaten as a starter. After last season's upset playoff loss, he suggested that the Ravens may have overlooked their opponent. And in Week 11 of this season, after some pregame jawing between players and head coaches, the Ravens blew a second-half lead and
why do we create this narrative around young quarterbacks? Oh, they can't win in the playoffs. Look at him. He lost his first playoff game. He can't get it done in the playoffs. He can't get it done in the playoffs. It's like, he was a fucking rookie, bro. It's his first goddamn game in the playoffs. But we instantly, well, I don't, but people instantly dogpile on a quarterback. They did it to Matt Ryan. They did it to Peyton Manning. They did it to Brett Favre. They did it to Troy Aikman. They're doing it to Lamar Jackson right now. Oh, he can't win in the playoffs. Why can't he win in the playoffs? Why can't he win in the playoffs? Shut up. They act like winning in the playoffs entirely hinges on your quarterback and nobody else. Is this not a team game? Are there not 22 guys on the field at one time? How are we going to pin it on one guy? Oh, Lamar Jackson can't win in the playoffs. He can't win in the playoffs. The fuck? He's played in 2 playoff games. One as a rookie in a season where he wasn't expected to start at all, but ends up starting late in the year, and they go into the playoffs with him. Then last year, it was just his first full-time year as a starter. He wins league MVP. They go into the playoffs, and the fucking Ravens defense can't stop Derrick Henry, and they get run over. But Lamar Jackson can't win in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson can't win in the playoffs. Shut up. They do this to everybody. Not everybody's going to be Tom Brady and win like 40 fucking playoff games. Because you've got the same head coach, same offensive system, and same everything else for 20 years. There's a Spider-Man Miles Morales commercial. That's my anti-sports media rant for the time being. This Ravens-Titans game is the one I had circled all week long, saying this is going to be the best game of the week. Could be wrong. That right now, as it stands, Colts and Bills. Washington and Tampa Bay surprised me. It was a very good game. But right now, Colts-Bills is the best game so far. But I had this game right here circled. And I picked the Ravens. I'm picking the Ravens to win this game. On Super Wild Card Weekend. We are halfway through Super Wild Card Weekend. That's what they call it anyway. I got a feeling today will be easier to stream than yesterday because that Bears-Saints game will probably be over by the third quarter. I don't have high hopes for Steelers and Browns, but I didn't have high hopes for Washington last night, and they overachieved. So we'll see. This is why you play the games. I could be way wrong. This could be a blowout right here, and then the next 2 games actually be good. This is why we play the games. But can the media get off Lamar Jackson's dick? But he can't win the playoffs. He's played 2 whole games. He can't win. He can't win. He can't win. So, yep, neither could Peyton Manning or Matt Ryan or Troy Aikman. But, you know, whatever. What about poor Andy Dalton? They gave him the same shit. Acted like he's the fucking reason the Bengals were shit. They going to do that to Baker Mayfield tonight if the Browns lose without their head coach and play caller? Baker Mayfield, he can't get it done in the playoffs. He's only been there once. He can't get it done. He can't get it done. That's proof that he sucks. Maybe he's not so good after all. They lost 1 game. He just can't get it done. That's how stupid sports media sounds. Peyton Manning can't win in the playoffs. Well, apparently Peyton Manning could win in the playoffs. He's got 2 fucking Super Bowl rings. You realize how few chances you get to win in the playoffs? Hey, Jeff. How are you? Of the National Football League. Best game of the week right here, my prediction. Uh-oh, is it music video time? Oh, Sam Jackson. Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Pop is short for pop. I'm a pop star, not a doc.
Oh boy, music video. Now I gotta miss out on Samuel L. Jackson yelling about football. Samuel L. Jackson, diehard Falcons fan. I don't know if he still is. Of course, I wouldn't have blamed him if he jumped off the bandwagon after the last 3 seasons, but Sam Jackson, diehard Falcons fan. He also chose the life of suffering for some reason. Sometimes I wonder why I did this to myself. Derrick Henry about to run through somebody's face today. I got a feeling. They fucked up when they let the Titans have a capable quarterback and a godly running back, because how do you defend this team? Because Ryan Tannehill is very good. All right, is the music video over? Can we watch football now? On Super Wild Card Weekend.
Welcomes you in as only he can. Nissan Stadium in Nashville, 33 degrees. The sun is trying to pop out.
33 degrees and cloudy in Nashville.
Baltimore has won the toss.
It's about 40 or so degrees where I'm at and sunny, but pretty chilly outside. No idea if I'm working tomorrow. I don't have a fucking clue.
Ryan Tannehill comes off a career year, setting a franchise record of 40 total touchdowns.
I think the Ravens can cover that spread. I like the Ravens to win this game. I'll take Baltimore.
I
think it's safe to say he'll have a little bit more production in today's game, but outside the top
and here come the Titans. Ravens got the white jerseys and the purple pants today. Love it. I'm an NFL fashionista, and I love these uniforms.
They give it to Henry on first down.
Nope, they go play action right off the bat with Tannehill, who's looking to run, and gets crushed. Gain of 5. Okay, he didn't get crushed. That was a pretty nice tackle by Matthew Judon. He could have killed him if he really wanted to.
You got to give a lot of credit to the guys up front. Roger Saffold is a war daddy. Look forward to watching him.
Did he just call him a war daddy? That sounds so sexy. He's a war daddy.
Corey Davis has had a career year, and these tight ends contribute, especially in the red zone, 12 touchdowns on the year.
Second down and 6.
Now they go to Henry. And he gets 2 yards. 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Rick Martindale, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, said
good to see fans in the stands.
those two here on the edges.
That has really gotten to me over the last month or so. Whenever I see fans in the stands, it makes me way more into the game. Because I'm like, oh, this is almost how things should be.
Marcus Peters, one of the greatest thieves that this league has ever seen as far as picking off passes. Can he produce a pick 6 today?
I'll take the over, Jeff. Hammer the over. Tannehill with a dot. Humphrey covered A.J. Brown really well. Tannehill goes down. Hey, a 3 and out. Ravens force a punt.
Yeah, this is best on best. Marlon Humphrey against A.J. Brown. You see, it's just perfect technique, offhand jam.
You want to talk about DK Metcalf? Let's talk about A.J. Brown.
They're going to need Marlon Humphrey.
Dude's a monster. Let it get A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, and DK Metcalf on the same team. Good start for the Ravens. I'd say this is better than their start last year in the playoffs. Don't jump off sides. I'd give Tennessee a first down. You almost had 2 Ravens jump.
Fair catch for Duvernay from the 17-yard line.
Nondescript start to this game. There's Lamar Jackson, who's just, he's one big dump away from having a great game. Just ask the Cleveland Browns, the COVID Browns. Well, that's a lot of people in the stands. They even got people in the upper bowl at the Tennessee game. Lamar, I just ranted about that myself about 5 minutes before kickoff. So I'm with Lamar. I'm about tired of that myself. So go Ravens. Win this game and shut people the fuck up.
Take it from the Titans. They are not going to beat themselves in this game. J.K. Dobbins to his left. Dobbins the ball carrier.
Titans have struggled on defense lately, stopping the run and not getting after the quarterback. And if you're having trouble getting after, you know, pocket passers, you're going to have a hard time with Lamar Jackson, I can guarantee that. That's why I picked the Ravens today. Trying to pace myself today. My throat took a beating yesterday. That's what she said. Much more subdued delivery today.
2nd and 7.
Lamar gets 3. And they're on a 3rd and 4.
And he is brought down. I'll bring up a 3rd down. Look at the defense.
And this defense has been much maligned all season long. They have not been able to get a consistent pass rush. They've been struggling on 3rd downs. But up front, Jeffrey Simmons is the star. David Long Jr. into the lineup for the injured Jayon Brown, who got hurt against the Ravens in Week 11. And Kenny Vaccaro and Malcolm Butler.
I like this secondary, but their non-existent pass rush is a problem.
Just like Vaccaro did there on that 2nd down play.
3rd and 5. Justice Hill in the backfield to the right of Jackson. Off the play fake, Jackson.
Oh, and it's a drop by Andrews. Andrews is in front of Kevin Byard, and he couldn't hang on.
The defense for Tennessee.
And the Ravens will punt. You're looking at 2 really evenly matched teams. Kevin Byard did a nice job there.
And shooting that upfield hand to produce the PBU. They're going to have to defend the middle of the field consistently all night long, because that is where Lamar Jackson wants to attack. Inside out first. See if you have answers for it.
Tennessee gets the ball back.
Off the reserve COVID-19 list. Pumps it away, Khalif Freeman.
And they'll start at their own 30. 3 minutes and 10 seconds in. Not a single first down. Tied at 0. 2 teams that don't like each other. You would almost think these teams are division rivals. But nope, they just hella competitive and hella salty, and they've had to deal with each other a lot in the last 12 months. You play a team from outside your division 3 times in a calendar year, you're going to get pretty pissy with each other. I slept great last night. I think I fell asleep around 1:30 and got up at 10:30 this morning. So I was out like a lot. I'm well rested. The vocal cords are well rested, I hope, to get through 3 games today. Although, like I said, looking at that Bears-Saints game, I might not have to do 3 full games. We might be able to check out early on one of these. Hopefully not this one, because I got high hopes for this one. I wanted to stay up late after the game last night, but I just couldn't find anything to do. I ended up going to bed just because I couldn't find nothing to do. Certainly was too tired to play any games or play online or anything like that. So I just said, fuck it, went to bed. Tomorrow's completely unpredictable. If all we have is outside work tomorrow, no chance we work. But my dad mentioned something he might have us go do. I'm like, oh good, I get to go work for free tomorrow.
Nashville will have the biggest crowd of the stadium.
If I have to work.
For wild card weekend. They're allowing 21% capacity here. That'll work out to about 15,000 fans in attendance. Couple of 3-and-outs. Tannehill's under center at his own 30 on 1st and 10.
Comes Henry. Breaks through for 7.
Picked up a 6. Go back to week 11, part of the rivalry. This was pre-game. John Harbaugh was incensed about the Titans running all over the Ravens logo. Some hard hits in this game. A lot of people well of a football game. Derrick Henry, a 29-yard touchdown run to win the game in overtime. And that was sort of the lost video. People wondered, did they actually shake hands? We saw it there. 2nd down and 4. Here's the bruising back.
Henry gets 1. 3rd down again.
Bring up a 3rd down.
It adds to the rivalry. The way that these two coaches coach, they're tough-minded, physical football teams, and that's the way you want in the playoffs. The Baltimore Ravens have played bully ball in Baltimore for a long time, and they've been bullied in back-to-back games by Mike Vrabel and this Tennessee team. Who's going to win this game? Who's going to be more physical?
I love these 3rd and shorts in this game because you know they're not a sure thing like they might feel like in other games. Whoa, A.J. Brown. That's a big boy play down the sideline. He was covered. Look at the coverage. He's covered. He's covered. You do not throw this ball. Tannehill throws it anyway, and A.J. Brown catches it. With a hand in his face, makes the catch for the 1st down. Ryan Tannehill throws a beautiful ball.
Beautiful pickup, blitz pickup by Derrick Henry in the backfield, and those are the kinds of plays you got to make in the playoff. Tight throws.
Such a pretty pass.
First big play of the game goes for 28. Tannehill looking that same way.
Jonnu Smith, 4 yards. We have our first body punch of the game right there with that A.J. Brown catch.
Here in Nashville, he's had some issues with a hand and knee. He's a big-time run-after-catch player, 226 pounds, so he's taken a lot of hits over the course of the season to try to manage his practice reps. Looks like he's ready to go.
2nd and 6. Baltimore 31.
False start.
Trying to go hard count.
Flinch.
And flag comes
Got
in.
beat by his own hard count.
False
False thought. It's Jerome Boger.
Number 15. 5-yard penalty.
False thought.
Still second
Offense.
That's the rookie, Westbrook Akina.
Mike Tossum was an NFL referee. He'd be Jerome Boger.
Snaps probably in this game than he has all season long because of the injuries to A.J. Brown. He was in practice yesterday, and he took all of the reps for A.J.
By the way,
Brown.
for those of you without cable, this game is on ABC as well as ESPN, so local people without cable can watch this.
That's Corey Davis in motion, top of your screen.
There's A.J. Brown again on Marlon Humphreys. 1st down. Who'd have thought Titans come out early with big passing plays for 1st downs instead of Derrick Henry runs. I'm sure that'll come, though. They faked it there, and it really opened up A.J. Brown over the middle.
Okay, it's going to be like that all day long. It's going to be me versus you in the middle of the field, and right now A.J. Brown is getting the best of it.
Ooh, Henry got crushed.
Maybe a yard of forward progress, and the Ravens fired up about that. Lisa.
Anytime they make a play on Derrick Henry on that defensive line, you are going to see guys pumped because it's a big deal, especially after that last game they played in the regular season that went to overtime. Derrick Henry just wore them out. You got Marcus Peters on A.J. Brown. Marcus Peters ain't no man. Marlon Humphrey's a man, and even he can't cover A.J. Brown today.
Everybody seems to get a little healthier for the playoffs. 2nd down and 9. Tannehill. Jonnu Smith sort of juggled
Another
back
3rd
after
down
making the catch.
in the red zone.
going to bring up a third down.
You see right off the bat, Arthur
Even
Smith
without establishing the run, the
tempos,
Titans
changing up run and
are getting
pass.
nice plays
This is
off of
not
play
just a
action.
first and second down, run Derrick Henry, and then third down.
No matter how much, if I'm Tennessee, no matter how much you stop my run, every other play is going to be play action because you know I can break one off with Derrick Henry.
This is an impressive second drive for Tennessee.
Third down and 4. That's the tight end, Anthony.
Another third and short.
Motion out of the backfield.
Empty backfield, but watch Tannehill. He might keep it here if a hole opens up. They're blitzing.
Bring some pressure. It is
He finds the tight end, first and goal.
down to 6. Chris Boyd dragged him down. Giannotti.
That was too easy.
Be a reoccurring theme all game. Identify Ferkser on a linebacker, whether it's Board or whether it's Queen. Arthur Smith realizes this is a mismatch in favor of the Titans, and basically Ferkser has taken the role of Adam Humphries, the receiver who got hurt earlier in the
Put some
year.
respect on Ryan Tannehill's name, mainstream NFL media.
Last played on December the 6th. First down and goal. 3 tight ends in for the Titans.
Now here comes Henry.
It's
Oh, he gets tackled for a loss.
Backfield and
Matthew
dropped
Judon.
immediately. Matthew Judon. Significant play.
Ravens are locking that up for the time being.
You see Matthew Judon, he just keeps swinging on an inside charge here. On the edge, these wide zones, look, Wink Martindale said we have to knock them back on the edges and make sure this
Ideally,
ball
if you're the
goes
Ravens, you'd
lateral
like to
and
make some
Derrick
big plays and get an early lead, like a 2-score lead or something, to try to force the Titans out of their game plan, because we know what the game plan is.
Because of the way they like to attack.
Everybody in the building knows who they'd like to get this ball to about 30 or 35 times today. And now Derrick Henry's lined up as a wide receiver. That's a mismatch out there. Tannehill goes the other way. Touchdown. Boy, I feel like A.J. Brown pushed off on Marlon Humphreys. No flag. I feel like that's offensive pass interference. Marlon Humphrey can't believe it. Or does A.J. Brown get the benefit of the doubt because he's so big? Okay. A little bit of a push. Stiffed him with the forearm there. No flag, though. Touchdown, Titans.
Good old slot fade. They've run it over and over again. And A.J. Brown is a man. And I'll tell you, Marlon Humphrey is one of the most physical corners in the NFL.
Humphrey, I guarantee the reason he felt that push. You could see it, but he felt how hard A.J. Brown pushed with that forearm and begged for a flag.
For Tennessee, he's got the extra point. Ryan Tannehill, how about 6 for 6 and 70 yards on that touchdown drive. 7-0 Titans.
7-0 Titans. Don't get that feeling of deja vu, Baltimore. It's early. They're stopping the run. Well, the trouble is, the Titans, since last year, have become a pretty productive passing team. Like last year, it was pretty much all Derrick Henry. Because if you look at Tannehill's numbers last year, they were pretty pedestrian. He just didn't turn the ball over and made good throws when he had to. This year, though, they've opened it up a lot more. And they proved that it's not just Derrick Henry. Tannehill's not a fluke. He's good. So now they're even more dangerous. Last year, it was like if Derrick Henry doesn't run for 200 yards, they're probably going to struggle to win a game. They don't need to do that anymore. But it still seems to happen a lot. Jeff, are you done mourning the loss yesterday? How you feeling today, Jeff? Figure you're just counting down days to Daytona now. Super Bowl 55, February 7th. Lori, you don't have to keep trying to win us money, but if you keep trying, I'm not going to complain if we fuck up and win.
Today's aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear. Titans on the board, impressive drive. Ryan Tannehill has 6 completions in this game. Again, he had 7 completions.
7-0 Titans on ESPN.
A year ago in Baltimore.
The worldwide leader in sports.
Gostkowski will kick it away.
Jeff, you're over it. I'd probably be over it too.
Bounce into the end zone, and we'll join our
Those ass kickings are easy to get over, Jeff. It's the close games that'll bug you. But the ass kickings, yeah, that's easy to get over.
Yeah, downfield, it's all about advantage. Does anybody create the advantage? I think this left hand creates
I
the
think that was offensive pass interference, and the former official agrees with me.
Offensive pass interference. I would have
Extended
a
that
foul
arm,
there. It'll be
could have thrown a
interesting
flag
to
there.
see how it
They let it go, and the
continues
Titans are up
for
7-0.
As it pertains to consistency. I think, John, the question that the fan at home might have is, do they call it differently in the playoffs versus in the regular season? They don't. They really try to make an entire season the same way. Regular season.
Hollywood Brown, gain of 8.
Marquise Brown has
If you notice this year, flags in the NFL have generally been down, and there's been a lot less of like, oh, how could you throw that flag moments throughout the league. I've noticed that this year. And when you look at the numbers, you can see they're kind of sitting back and letting these teams play it out. And I imagine through the playoffs they'll do that even more. And I think we saw a case of that in the end zone a few minutes ago.
Humphrey expected coming his way. We'll see if his old pal gives him the old stiff arm, too. That'll be something to watch for. Former Alabama teammate. Second down.
Baltimore gets their first down of the day.
You know, you should have
Gus
enough for the
Edwards.
Their first down of the day.
You mentioned no Mark Ingram inactive for this football game, and that's probably surprising to a lot of NFL fans watching this game. But the reason is, obviously, J.K. Dobbins has burst.
I don't think Mark Ingram will be back in Baltimore next year, do you?
They love Gus Edwards. Mark Ingram doesn't play special teams, so if your third running back doesn't play special teams, it's hard to keep him active. Justice Hill is active because he plays special teams. I think that's why they made that decision.
Ingram turned 31 last month. Here's Jackson.
Lamar going deep. He's thrown some beautiful passes lately, and that's not one of them. It's intercepted.
Was trying to go to Miles Boykin.
Malcolm Butler.
And Malcolm Butler, the most attacked, picked on defensive back in the
And he's
NFL.
mocking the Ravens.
And if you want to come at me, I'll come out with that football. Interception for Tennessee.
The play call, hard play action. That ball has to be thrown out on the side.
Yeah, it was the right decision by Lamar, but it was a little off target back to the inside, and it floated right to Malcolm Butler before Boykin could realize it was underthrown. And the Titans take it away, and here we go again. Deja vu. All the old familiar places, Baltimore. Put their defense right back on the field. On Super Wild Card Weekend. God, maybe the Titans just have their number. Like, it's a little psychological, but it's just also Titans got them figured out. Like they said, Baltimore bullies a lot of teams they play. Look at how they played last year, and at the end of this season, they just bully people running the ball and with a dominant defense, but not Tennessee. Tennessee's like, shit, been here, done that. Do it again. Oh my God. Stop fucking messaging me, people.
NFL wild
Oh,
card.
now they're just being mean. They're showing the Music City Miracle. It's okay, Bills fans. You won yesterday. You can watch this again
Progressive Insurance.
for the 9 millionth time in 20 years.
Motorcycle insurance, visit progressive.com. And Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. 1999 AFC wild card. You remember the Music City Miracle? 16 seconds left. Bills had a 1-point lead. Lorenzo O'Neal at the kickoff. Frank Wycheck threw it to Kevin Dyson. Steve McNair and the Titans playing the 22-16 victory. That was the last wild card game played.
Tannehill 6 of 6 for 70 yards and a touchdown on that last drive.
Tannehill and the Titans up 7.
Here comes Derrick Henry. Spins off a couple of tackles and gets about 6 yards.
Back to the interception.
They had another chance to stop Henry for a loss.
Lamar Jackson, a hard play action, trying to get the ball to Boykin on the outside. He's going to get some pressure in his face. Right here, see the pressure coming from Evans. This ball needs to be thrown out here on the sideline.
It was a great read by Lamar, just not a good throw.
8 yards inside of where it should have been.
And now Henry
It's easily picked off.
gets 4,
Henry is dropped
3rd and 1.
Shy of the marker. Malcolm Butler's last playoff interception. You guys want to guess?
Super Bowl.
That's the one. Super Bowl 49 to finish off that game.
Oh no, Jeff, cover your
The
ears.
Seahawks.
They're talking about Malcolm Butler.
Malcolm Butler had a lot to say week 11 before the game. He was the one standing on the emblem in Baltimore talking to John Harbaugh before the game. Come out ready to play.
3rd and 1.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and 1.
Just handed off to Henry.
And Ferkser's wide open. 50, 45, 40, 35, down to the Baltimore 26.
On a 3rd and 1. With the world thinking you give it to
Uh-oh.
Henry,
I think I grossly
Ferkser.
misjudged this game. All signs point to that early. I want to believe in Baltimore, but right now they're making it difficult.
You get picked off, you have some natural rubs on the inside, and Ferkser, in a sense, has just become their 3rd wide receiver. He's replaced Adam Humphries on the inside, and he's a guy who's just an ultimate utility guy on 3rd down for Arthur Smith. Comes up with a big catch and run. They're attacking Patrick Queen in the middle. Patrick Queen struggled all year in pass protection. Now they go
Back to Henry. No gain. Well, maybe a yard.
Line of scrimmage. Ferkser had a couple of touchdowns last year in the postseason. First, they shocked New England, winning there. And Ferkser had a touchdown catch in the AFC title game.
He's become a big part of their 12 personnel, 13 personnel packages where it makes them multidimensional. Even though they have 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends on the field, because of his receiving ability, it really puts the defense in a bind as far as their run-pass conflict.
Titans had a 10-point lead against Kansas City in the AFC title game last year. I think people forget that.
Straight drop back over the middle. Batted down. Good thing, too. He had A.J. Brown in the middle. Probably would have got tackled just short of a first down.
Drive for Tennessee and for
3rd and 9. Got to get off the field here. You've got the Titans in a rare, obvious passing situation.
The way that Baltimore offensively was going to play. Ended up, Lamar throws 59 times. That is not what they want to do. So the interception, the opportunity here for Tennessee to go down and maybe go up 14-0 is huge.
3rd and 9. Jeremy McNichols is now in the backfield with Tannehill. They motion Brown through. Pressure up the middle. Tannehill.
Incomplete. Ravens made a stop.
To hook up with Corey Davis.
Hold him to a field goal attempt.
And the pressure was coming.
Caught a break. Finally.
Gostkowski will run onto the field.
So Stephen Gostkowski's back.
Have been hanging around, not able to practice.
What about that kicker that won in the division last week with the doink?
The game last week comes onto the field. Their COVID kicker, if you will, hits a 37-yard field goal off the upright.
Gostkowski has been really unpredictable this season, so this is not a given.
45-yard attempt.
But this one's good. 10-0 Titans. Mike Vrabel's got balls. He still trusts Gostkowski. I guess at this point in the year, you would favor the experience. excuse me, of a Gostkowski, despite the fact that he struggled off and on. That first game of the year against Denver, my God. The Broncos sucked and had no business being in that game, but Gostkowski kept them in the game. Somehow the Titans still won. That shows you how fucked up the Broncos are. A bad day for a kicker can make sure the better team doesn't win, because NFL games are that competitive. And that was a case of the Broncos were about to beat the Titans simply because the Titans had a shitty kicker. The video in the top right corner that you guys can't see moving because of OBS is actually Titans-Ravens playoff highlights from like 2000. Pretty sure. Although that's not Trent Dilfer, I don't think. So that might not be from 2000. No, that's from a different year because that game's in Baltimore. In 2000, they played in Nashville. So. Oh, man, Ohio State and Alabama, guys. Who would have thought it? Wow, college football's so unpredictable. You know how the same three fucking teams get to the playoffs every goddamn year? Oh, man, it's so unpredictable, guys.
Super Wild Card Weekend continues.
I don't even watch college football, and I'm sick of it. Oh, Bears, please make my day. Bears Saints later. Come on, Bears, make my day. Washington failed me last night. Chicago, step up, please.
10-0 in favor of Tennessee. The narrative is definitely out there.
I got my day started with some Papa John's wings, guys. That's why I'm in a good mood.
And that's exactly the position the Ravens find themselves in.
They could use some field position right here if they could get a return with Devin Duvernay. Not going to get it here. Not this time.
Lamar threw an interception on the first drive of the playoff game last year. He throws an interception on the second drive here today, so they got to get back to the rushing game. You see, fourth most all-time. That's after setting the record last season. And in the last 5 games, they've just been chewing it up most of the 5 games.
Baltimore has been in playoff mode since their COVID outbreak before the Steelers game.
This offense did not look good in the first bit of
They
the
have to
season.
get this going.
Awful COVID outbreak. Lamar gets sick, but since he came back, since that Cleveland game.
Oh, Robert, you played your guts out, but you still didn't give me any reason to celebrate.
They don't need to get into a pass fest here.
Although I was very happy to see that effort. Straight up run from Lamar. It's not going anywhere. He tucked that thing to run so fast. I looked like Michael Vick in like 2003 or something.
Run force on the edges is going to be critical. Brian, I know you talked about this in the pregame. Just watch Desmond kick right here on the line of scrimmage. Watch how important it is for him to get outside and set the edge on this defense and turn him back into his buddies. Make him run lateral, let the inside-out pursuit get to the football, and then just put a bunch of hats on him. That's perfect perimeter defense. It's something they're going to have to keep up all afternoon long in order to keep Lamar Jackson contained.
2nd and 10. Dobbins.
I am not seeing a lot of spark from this offense.
Titans appear to be up for this challenge here this afternoon. 3rd down.
Well, everybody thought
The Titans are making the Ravens offense look very basic.
There's no way that they can keep up with the Baltimore Ravens. I say the biggest weakness of the Titans defense was pass rush, and therefore they weren't good on 3rd down. But the Baltimore Ravens don't throw the ball, so that was mitigated. And they know how the structure to defend Lamar Jackson this run game. They're showing it early.
Jeffrey Simmons trying to get that crowd going. That is here.
Check out the guy in the Browns t-shirt in the crowd. He's at the wrong game. There's a blitz. They've got Lamar backtracking. Nowhere to go. Wow, makes the throw to Mark Andrews for a first down. I thought there was no chance there. Ends the first quarter. My God, what a play. The Titans had Lamar dead to rights. Very smart to rush Adoree Jackson, the one guy that can keep up with Lamar Jackson in a foot race. But even still, Lamar made a hell of a throw. I'd say that was sorely needed. Most important play of the game so far for Baltimore. Oh, the old talking head shows on ESPN. I swear ESPN has the worst ones. I haven't watched First Take in God knows when. Every now and then I catch a clip of Stephen A. Smith, but like, I used to watch First Take all the time when it was Skip and Stephen A. Saw the clip the other day from years back when Stephen A. was calling Jamarcus Russell Jabba the Hutt. He goes, that fat Slavic Jabba the Hutt. And Skip goes, okay, that's a little strong. Or Stephen A. Smith's legendary rants about how much Kwame Brown sucks. Kwame Brown. Dude's a scrub. He can't play. I don't even really watch basketball anymore, but Kwame Brown is forever etched in my memory. Because Stephen A. said he was a scrub. This man is a bona fide scrub.
In police, community relations, criminal justice, reform, education, and economic advancement, it takes all of us to create change and advance social justice. As we open up quarter number 2.
Short gain for Lamar.
Forced out by Kevin Byard. The Ravens have been a terrific
long way to go for 3 yards there.
Baltimore had the highest first quarter points differential in the NFL this season. And they'll finish that first quarter -10.
Yeah, that's their strategy. They're going to ground and pound you, get out to a lead, and then see if you can hold up to their defense. But that's not the way.
Tennessee's really got Baltimore right where they want them. Get them to play from behind.
For how to defend this perimeter rushing attack, and right now they're executing it to perfection. Baltimore's going to have to start getting north and south and getting some positive yardage, because going sideways is not working.
On second down,
Willie Snead.
able to complete to Willie.
All I remember about Willie Snead is that time Keanu Neal rocked his shit in the regular season finale a few years ago when he was a New Orleans Saint.
Again, everybody healthy for playoffs.
Baltimore's bringing their big personnel into the game. Eric Tomlinson, they got from the Jets, the tight end, Ricard's in the game.
Seeing a little bit of hesitation from Lamar Jackson on these throws ever since that interception.
3rd and 2. Just across midfield.
He's probably better off running the ball. And they run it with Edwards. First down.
It's Gus Edwards for the first down. Pick up 4.
Kenny Vaccaro was in position here. Here he is right here. Watch
Edwards
him.
just
Locked down. He's gonna fire.
shook off Kenny
He's in
Vaccaro and got
position
the
to
first
make this
down.
play, but easier said than done on Gus Edwards.
Yeah, that should have never happened. That was a great defensive call by the Titans. It was just Vaccaro didn't make the tackle.
Structure and to be out there. It's another thing to get these backs on the ground.
Here's Dobbins.
That didn't go anywhere.
Won't get back to the line of scrimmage. David Long. First on it for Tennessee.
You watch tape of the Tennessee Titans defense. Just see number 51, David Long, show up over and over again. Just watch him right here in the middle of your screen. Watch him stay behind the football and then fire. Boom! That is ideal. That's how you take away the cutback. You stay behind the ball. You just pace it, pace it, pace it. And as soon as the running back sticks his foot in the ground and goes north and south, you slam him. That is textbook linebacker play.
Dana Holgerson said that Long is the toughest player to ever play at West Virginia. So some toughness there. On second,
Lamar going deep again. Hollywood Brown, he's got it.
Hollywood, and he's got
First down to the Tennessee 13.
play. Pick up a 29.
People could say what they want about Lamar. His deep passing game is much better now.
Targeting Adoree Jackson and never got his eyes back to the football. If he had turned around,
And Hollywood Brown can make plays. He's just probably in the wrong offense. I think Hollywood Brown could be a Pro Bowler with a different team.
In this game down the field.
He didn't show up week 11, was targeted only 3 times. The only game of his career he did not have a catch was against these Titans. First and 10. Tennessee 14. Jackson to throw for.
Oh! Damn near intercepted again. And that was Malcolm Butler again. It's incomplete.
Andrews there. Butler on him.
Just running a double post here. Watch on the outside. This ball trying to get it to Mark Andrews. He's working on a much smaller player.
Another slightly underthrown ball.
If that ball was thrown a little
Right after I compliment his deep passing game being better. Yeah. Butler had another shot at an interception.
Second interception of the game.
It looked like he had played it perfectly, but nice route by Mark Andrews. And a little bit better ball.
When Lamar misses, it tends to be underthrown.
Drive are coming. Second and 10.
This is a straight run.
It's Jackson to the left.
Not enough blocks. Gets 4 yards though.
Sean Evans on the stop. Pick up 4. And some chatting going on the field. See the Ravens in the red zone against the Titans, and that's a problem.
Yeah, we asked Lamar about this yesterday numerous different times, and he said, really, it's been about me. It's been about me either rushing through my reads, not being accurate with the football.
I love that the Titans and Ravens are a thing again.
It's really been about execution.
Just like when it was Eddie George and Ray Lewis.
But they seem to have a good beat on what ball.
The Ravens' brand of football has never changed no matter who's playing for the team. Oh, Lamar gets sacked. Ravens got to kick a field goal. Time to break out the secret weapon, Justin Tucker, and just make it a one-score game.
Loss of 5.
Brooks Reed is lined up over here on the
Brooks Reed, the former Falcon, won us a game in Chicago a couple years ago.
tried to go back right.
I remember.
Brooks Reed gets a
Didn't do much else, but he sure as hell won that game in Chicago for us.
The practice squad. Reed attempted
Against old Mike Glennon, man.
Here's Justin
Glennon.
133.
It's good. 10-3 Tennessee. Hey, that rhymes.
So a tick under 10 minutes left in the second quarter.
Well, it's better than nothing. Got it down to a one-score game again. Better than nothing. But 12 plays, 60 yards, settle for a field goal, that sucks. And they had just showed the red zone stats for the Ravens against the Titans in the previous 2 games. Not good, Bruno. By the way, when I say that, I got that from George Carlin. Not good, Bruno. Not good at all. God, that shot of the outside of the stadium for the Super Bowl from last year with the fireworks going off was so beautiful. And it makes me sad now because that feels like a lifetime ago. The only shitty thing, well, the shittiest thing that happened that week was losing Kobe, but that was pre-COVID outbreak. And it was kind of like the last big thing we had before all that shit went down. So when I see that, I'm like, man, if we only knew just how shitty things were about to get. God, we were so blissfully ignorant and taking everything for granted. At least we're getting to watch NFL playoffs, though. That's something.
Steve Levy, Brian Greasy, Louis Riddick, Lisa Soldiers, John Parry's long distance super wild card weekend around the NFL. 3 more great matchups for you today and tonight after what was a rather entertaining Saturday around the NFL playoffs.
Yesterday was just a good day of football. Every game was competitive. Today I'm worried that we're not going to get that, but we'll worry about that later. This one's competitive. It's just, God, the Titans have the Ravens all figured out. Nothing has changed. I guess we shouldn't be that surprised, but I'm a little surprised. What the fuck is he talking about wide open there? Was anybody open there? Because I didn't see anybody open. Maybe I'm as blind as Lamar Jackson might have been on that play. I don't know. Told you, Lamar is a little gun shy. Ever since that interception, he's a little shook. Hesitating to throw the ball, patting it maybe one time too many, looking to run.
Still looking to break a big one. Derek Wolfe, and they're leading the way for that Ravens defense. Henry has 9 rushes so far for 19 yards.
Yeah, it's not great production for Derrick Henry, but what happens is everybody's selling out to stop Derrick Henry, and Ryan Tannehill's 7 for 10 for 105 yards and a touchdown because play action's having sting. So this is, like we said, not a one-man band here in Music City. This is a combination of diverse offense that has multiple ways to beat you.
2nd and 9 from the 26.
Ooh.
Tannehill throwing in rhythm. Michael Pruitt.
Go down.
This should be only the 2nd penalty of our game.
It's illegal contact on Baltimore.
Illegal use of hands.
All hands to the face.
Defense, number 22.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty.
First down, Titans.
Automatic. First down.
It's Jimmy Smith. Ravens very happy to get him back in the lineup after missing the last 3 with a shoulder injury.
You see Jimmy Smith in the slot against A.J. Brown, gets his hand up underneath the chin on the face mask. Look, all these defensive backs right now are frustrated with A.J. Brown. They're trying to figure out how to deal with this monster out here because he's just pushing.
That's the story of the game. They're stopping the run, but
The referees aren't calling. So
A.J. Brown is a problem. A.J. Brown is a big problem. And they stop Henry again for no gain. Nothing. Barely holding on to the ball.
That was Malik Harrison filling in the hole. That's what you're going to have to do. You have to play downhill against this football team and be physical at the point of attack. You have to take away something. You're going to have to try and neutralize something so you can focus on the other aspects of this offense. And Don Martindale has said, look, we're going to be physical at the point of attack. We'll see if our secondary can hold up against Ryan Tannehill.
10 carries for 18 yards. That's the best thing the Ravens are doing today. Stopping Derrick Henry.
2nd and 10.
Tannehill under pressure. Nice catch for a gain of 4. Maybe 5.
Out to the 35-yard line. That's Jeff Swain. Comes up with the catch at 9 in the regular season.
Looked like that right toe. He got that right toe down. Well, there were a lot of really close calls yesterday in those 3 games. On the sideline.
Think about the close calls in the Buffalo game yesterday. All these crazy sideline catches. That touchdown by Washington late in that game.
3rd down and 5.
Tannehill goes down.
And he'll be dropped. It's
Derek Wolfe gets the sack.
Playoff sack. And it's 4th down. Loss of 7 on that play.
Yeah, Derek Wolfe right in the middle of the screen right here. This Baltimore Ravens defense on 3rd down, you are not going to be able to hold it and get to your 3rd and 4th receiver. If 1 or 2 is not there, you're going to have somebody in your face, and that time it was Derek Wolfe.
You see, it's a nice change up there by Wink Martindale also. He's going away from some of the man coverage. Just play a basic 3-deep zone right now because these guys are getting picked off. Nice change up by him. The chess match continues between him and Arthur Smith.
Ravens defense are doing their part.
Colonel put in the air.
Got to do something to get Lamar Jackson's swagger going, his confidence. Because to me, that's the only thing holding the Ravens back right now in this particular game. Oh, maybe that Lamar can't win the playoffs thing is real. Oh, he sucks so bad he can't win a playoff game, even though he's only played in 2. And the dude's still a pup. Poor Lamar. Look, Lamar has overachieved for what I thought he was going to be when he got drafted. I didn't think much of when he got drafted. I was like, this is kind of a waste of a pick. There's Miles Morales. What a great game that is. I played it on my YouTube channel. On PS4 and PS5. Really wish I'd have waited till I got to PS5 to play it, but I couldn't wait, and I had no idea when I was going to get a PS5. I figured with my luck it would be a long time before I got one. Nobody cares about the Pro Bowl. Poor ESPN is stuck having to broadcast the shit, so they have to advertise it. But nobody cares. Now, when the fuck is WandaVision coming on Disney Plus so I can watch it? Friday. Wow, really? It starts on Friday? Shit. That's something to look forward to at the end of the week. I need my Marvel fix. It's been a while.
They spin to win up to $1 million for charity. Catch an encore of the premiere tonight and an all-new episode this Thursday.
Oh man, Celebrity Wheel of Fortune.
I bet you didn't know that my dad was on Wheel of Fortune.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a charity thing, and he ended up winning the whole thing. I don't know, sometimes a blind squirrel finds a nut, you know?
what a charmed life your dad has had, man. What a Wheel of Fortune, too.
Do you know that Wheel of Fortune music they just played was the stupid music they dubbed over Dusty Rhodes' entrance on the DVD release of WrestleMania 5? Or was it WrestleMania 6? Yeah, it was WrestleMania 6, the one in Toronto. There's your random wrestling trivia for the day.
This is a nice start for Marquise Brown. We've seen him struggle in the past. We had him on Monday night before up in Cleveland. He had some
They
problems.
dubbed over Common Man Boogie with the Wheel of Fortune music.
It's going to be important that they're able to threaten the outside lane of this defense down the field.
Nice run by Gus Edwards. First down.
What was it Greg Roman told us? That the best play in football is the one that's straight ahead?
And the second one, the best one, is slightly straight ahead.
Yeah, almost. And that, look, Edwards is almost going straight ahead, and then you know what? There's nothing there. I'll veer to my left, get the easy first down.
Well, if Tennessee is going to play with smaller players, nickel and dime, and they're going to play the perimeter because of the speed of Dobbins and Lamar, then yes, the counter is you have to run physical between the tackles downhill with Gus Edwards.
From their own 35, trailing by a touchdown. 5.5 to go in the half.
Read option, gets a yard. The Titans defense is crashing on Lamar Jackson, just like the Ravens defense is crashing in on Derrick Henry.
This is a Tennessee Titans defense that's
Anytime Lamar's tried to run today, it's got nothing. Anytime Derrick Henry's run today, nothing. But it's opening up other opportunities if Lamar can just take advantage. Throw with some confidence. Don't hesitate. Make the decision. Quick reads. The plays are there. That interception earlier should have been a catch. He just missed the receiver.
2nd and 9. Flag comes in.
There's a flag, probably an illegal shift. Hollywood Brown's got a big gain for a first down, but I don't think it's going to count.
The run, they fake it to Dobbins. Give it to Brown for 15. Check the marker.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Offside.
Offsides. Okay, it will count.
Number 54. Lining up in the neutral zone. His
Didn't
penalty
quite catch it.
declined. Result of the play. First down.
Sean Evans, who's lined up on the end of the line of scrimmage right here. But nice little
Yep, that's the neutral zone.
Marquise Brown comes in motion, and just a little flip to the outside there. That's a dangerous play because that's a backward pass. If that's on the ground, it's a fumble, but it was well executed from Lamar Jackson.
And for your fantasy players, that does go as a rush for Marquise Brown. Just across midfield on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson, has time to survey.
Lamar's going down again. Another sack.
Matt Dickerson
More indecisiveness.
at midfield.
Leads to a sack.
I give credit to Desmond King. Watch him right here. He is responsible for the contain here, whether it's in the run or in the pass. If it's a pass and you see Lamar Jackson want to escape, that's where he has killed defenses the last 5 weeks. But give credit, that structure of keeping a fast guy and King on the edge kept him in the pocket.
First career sack for Matt Dickerson. He'll appreciate that. Gets it in the playoff game on the MVP of the league. Lamar Jackson, 2nd down and 11 up there. 3.5 to go till halftime.
I don't like that play call on 2nd and 11. Go with the obvious run play up the middle. Titans are about to get them off the field again.
The only team in the NFL that has not won a single game after trailing by 10 or more points. Again, not built for this. It was 10-0. Ravens had a field goal to make it 10-3. Everybody has their full complement of timeouts.
This needs to be a deep pass or just Lamar running the ball. If everybody's covered, take off running. If they're covered, nobody's watching you. Watch the middle of the Titans defense to see if anybody's spying Lamar Jackson. Nope, and he gets through for a first. What did I tell you? Down to the 10, 5, touchdown. That's a hell of a play. And he can't win in the playoffs. Yeah, they had a spy on him. But right here, when he makes this cut, the linebacker just totally fell down. And that is a touchdown. Taylor Heineke couldn't have done it better. Or maybe he did. Well, maybe not.
We have number 8. Number 8 is the great equalizer. We don't care how it looks. We just need 6 on the board. And right there is an example of why this young man was the MVP and why he always gives them a chance, even when it doesn't look like it's working out ideal.
We asked Chuck Clark who would be tougher to tackle.
That was a fuck you play by Lamar Jackson.
And he said Jackson doesn't even slow down when he jukes. He's at top speed when he makes
That's a
his moves.
playoff
That was a
moment.
great example of it.
That's Lamar Jackson's first great playoff moment.
We are tied. Wild card.
We are tied. What a game. If you're the Titans, don't change much of what you're doing. That was really a busted fluke play. Just know that that possibility is always there. That down and distance, it was either going to be deep throw or he was just going to run. And they were looking for a deep throw. But as soon as he saw everybody was covered, he took off. The spy they had on him thought he was going to the left, and he was. He expected Lamar to make a cut and go to the left, but he guessed wrong, and Lamar cut that shit back to the right and broke the dude's ankles. Somebody check on that man. Never even got near him, and the guy got all twisted up trying to see where Lamar was going to go. Oh my God, is that Bill Clinton talking to Peyton Manning?
Lamar Jackson just had a
58-yard rushing touchdown.
And all sorts of trouble around him and turned
Well, that
into a-
I can't imagine why the Ravens are always ranked so high in rushing.
Maybe more than anybody else in the league, must-see TV.
Yeah.
Can't take your eyes off him for a second.
He turned that from a sack punt situation into a touchdown in a matter of seconds.
In the last couple of seasons, Lamar Jackson, the Lamborghini, if you will, has been historically great on the ground. He's the first quarterback with 2 seasons of 1,000 yards rushing. And forget all the quarterbacks. How about all those fast running backs? He leads all players in yards per rush in 2019 and 2020. Regardless of position, he is simply special. And so much for that 10-point Tennessee lead. Ravens have mounted the comeback. 2.5 to go here in the half.
Oh, wow, look out. Oh, that was a mistake. See, remember last night when Taylor Heineke threw that pass and it got batted back in his face and he knocked it down. And I said every other quarterback I've ever seen usually tries to catch it. Well, Tannehill just caught his own pass and got sacked for a huge loss. Lucky it wasn't intercepted. He threw it right to him.
Trying to run the tight ends
Oof.
out here to Johnny Smith, who they also had covered up pretty well. Some nice
And once you catch your own pass, you cannot throw it forward again.
Now we got ourselves a ball game.
They teach you as a quarterback to knock that ball
2-minute warning of the half.
Wide receiver. You can't do that.
2-minute warning.
T-Mobile knows that.
So I was right. Most quarterbacks will just instinctively try to catch it. So Taylor Heineke has better instincts than Ryan Tannehill. Sit on that and rotate. Who'd have thunk? Jeff, who did you pick to win this game?
Football playoff national championship game. It's tomorrow night. It's Alabama and Ohio State at 8 Eastern. And we will have you covered from every angle and every platform. TV, megacast, radio, and digital. There are 5 players in this game that were teammates at Alabama. And of course, we got some Ohio State flavor as well. Some J.K. Dobbins on the left. Mike Vrabel, former Buckeye as well.
A lot of Heisman trophies, too.
And
Three in this game.
when you go to those schools. All right, out of the 2-minute warning. Second and 20. Interesting to see how the two teams play this. Tannehill comes out fine.
Incomplete. A.J. Brown couldn't hang on. 3rd and 20. Boy, Derrick Henry has been a non-factor in this game.
Well, yeah, you mentioned how they will play this.
So you went with the Ravens, same as me. You've been watching too.
Here in this first half, and
Some would think you watch this every week,
trying to get
Jeff.
this football back and save their timeouts. Now, as A.J. Brown catches that ball, but his right foot comes down just out of bounds. That's a good call by the official. But that stops the clock. Obviously, incompletion.
Yeah.
So
It's a free timeout for Baltimore.
yeah, Baltimore has all 3 still.
3rd and 20. Motion Smith.
They got the backup running back in.
Tennessee's gonna make him at least
Baltimore's going to
one
get the
before they
timeout
get this football
and have the
back.
ball back with 1:40.
Plenty of time for Lamar Jackson.
Come on, Baltimore. Why don't you call in timeout? There you go. 1:45 to go. Baltimore get the ball back.
45 to play.
And they get the ball to start the second half.
And keep in mind, Baltimore gets the football to start the second half. And we're back in 30 seconds after this word from DraftKings.
Jeff, you don't play DraftKings, do you? What happened to Michael, who used to watch my streams? He was my bookie. Gambled so I didn't have to.
Ray.
DraftKings.
Brett Kern holds just about every Titans punting record is on the punt. He's had 2 good ones today so far for 51 and 53 yards. They'll need another boomer here. Devin Duvernay is back.
Did somebody say boomer?
Duvernay with a 93-yard
Back.
touchdown on Monday Night Football, Week 3 against Kansas City. Kern pinned back at his own 5. Gets it away from the 10. It's a good kick.
That's a hell of a punt.
Bounds.
2 timeouts and 1:44 for Baltimore.
For the return, and that ball goes out of bounds.
Start for 31, goes to a 51-yard punt. Coming up, the USA Insurance halftime with Susie and Booger. Bears and Saints, Browns, Steelers preview. Get you ready for the 2 other big matchups. And a look ahead at tomorrow's national championship college football game. Quite a day for the company, right? The weekend, we get the games today.
Alabama, Ohio State, guys. Real upsets there.
The entire year.
Not going to get any argument out of me.
Des Bryant was rolling on the ground. He was gonna be wide open there.
You see he does here, just try and run what they call a speed out. You see his inside foot, he loses some grip on the early turf. This is a guy who can really give them a boost, especially in the red area. You know how Des can kind of climb the ladder and win those jump ball situations. He brings them an added dimension. Be nice to see them get him going.
Made just 6 catches during the regular season. Second down and 10 from the 131. 2 timeouts left.
There's Lamar running again. He goes down.
Can't escape that time. Harold Landry able to bring him down. No gain.
That's what you have to have against Lamar Jackson. He just gutted you for a touchdown off of this same similar look, and Harold Landry has to retrace his steps out of his rush and just get a hand on Lamar Jackson. That's well done.
You know, for a team that couldn't get to the quarterback all season, the Titans have the 3rd fewest sacks in the entire NFL. They've been getting into the backfield here this afternoon.
3rd down defense, though, has been the boogeyman for this Titans defense. Lamar made them pay last time. See what they can do this time.
Under a minute now.
There's Byard all over Jackson. Hollywood Brown makes a man miss. Timeout.
He's short of midfield.
Ravens are right at midfield. They don't call the timeout yet. They know they got Justin Tucker. They can make a long field goal. They're at the 50.
Not just about Lamar and his feet, but he extends that one and throws it.
That was a bad decision. Timeout. Got to call timeout now. 28 seconds, and they lose 6 yards.
Yeah, that's where if you're Lamar Jackson, that play clearly had no chance of working. You'd love to see him throw the ball and get a incomplete pass and not have to use that timeout.
What a battle we have seen here today. Saw Tennessee come out, look like really good, a 10-0 lead. And just when you thought they might put Baltimore away, it is Lamar Jackson saves the day. We've seen that act before, like in that great game against Cleveland.
Yeah, you're seeing the nice little chess match kind of go back and forth here between offense and defensive coordinators. Wink Martindale changes it up, goes to a little bit more zone, so he can keep his defensive backs from getting picked off. You see right here in this series right now, Lamar burns them when they play man-to-man last time with a long touchdown run. Mike Vrabel said, you know what, we're going to keep some eyes on you a little bit now.
No more man, please.
It's cool to see this back and forth because these quarterbacks put so much pressure on you.
I'd say this tie game right now favors the Ravens. The Titans are the team that needed to get up with a nice lead. Sit on the ball, make Lamar Jackson play from behind. But it's a tied game, so this definitely favors Baltimore's style more than Tennessee's. God, Lamar's taking all day, and he goes down again. Got to be quicker with those decisions. The touchdown he scored, he didn't hesitate. He took off running. Right here, he's just waiting and waiting and waiting. As soon as Mark Andrews stumbles there, your ass needs to be on the run.
He wants to throw the ball in the middle of the field and double teaming when the time is appropriate.
The longer you make Lamar hold the football and you don't let him break out of the pocket,
they have got to coach Lamar. Don't hold the goddamn ball.
His efficiency starts to go down. The longer he holds that ball in the pocket,
this is not you. You're not Russell Wilson. You are Michael Vick. You are not Russell Wilson. You're Michael Vick. One read and get the fuck out of there.
Continue to rush the passer and eventually work to get the sack. That's textbook as far as how you can slow down this guy who right now, he just burns you in so many different ways. And if you're going to play him well, that's how you do it.
Tennessee took the timeout to stop the clock. See, they got another shot at the football. 18 seconds left. On the ground, it's Dobbins. So we got a quick timeout, and we do. Clock stopped with 12 seconds left. A late flag comes in. It is 4th down.
We got a fight.
Yeah, it was Dez Bryant and Malcolm Butler.
Dez Bryant, Malcolm Butler.
See, Harbaugh was shaking his head. Both head coaches preached against this kind of thing coming into the game.
Dez Bryant's a hothead.
Offense, number 88.
They call a personal foul on Dez.
Always get the second
Let's
guy.
take a look at this.
There goes Malcolm Butler.
Damn, that was an aggressive block.
Retaliate, and that back judge gets him.
Is that not what Mike Vrabel told us yesterday too? Or 2 days ago, he said they always get the second guy. I hate that kind of thing. Well, his guy fires the first shot this time and doesn't get caught. And it's the Ravens who get called.
Well, and there's a
Chill
lot
out,
of season
Dez.
I hope, because
You're not in Dallas anymore.
That was, jawing and yapping before the game in Week 11. So you knew if he took a shot at somebody, somebody was going to retaliate.
But you know what? I love petty, chippy games. I love every bit of it. And this game has a whole lot of it. These teams have a lot of history of it. The more, the merrier.
How many personal foul late hits have you heard of by wide receivers? That doesn't happen too often. fair catch.
5 seconds to go. I'd say the Titans will sit on this and go to the half. Bold prediction, I know.
It's a 43-yard punt. Sam Cook. Just 5 seconds left in the half.
Before the kick, holding on the defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, resulting in a first down.
Wait a minute. That's not how that works.
Anthony Levine, the up back, who got caught right in the middle of the formation for holding.
Is that really how that works?
He's right there, just gets caught and gets that right arm out. It's a good call. Holding on Westbrook.
Okay, well, 5 seconds to go in the half.
And listen, you can never be sure that Vrabel's going to take a knee, by the way, right? 18 seconds left in that game. A week ago.
Boy, these games are going by fast, and then you get inside the last 2 minutes, and everybody forgets how to administrate a football game.
5 and a first down. I think it is a hold on the offense there, which would be tacked on to the end of the kick.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the fuck are they talking about?
It's first down, Baltimore.
No, they're going defense. 5 yards and first down prior to the kick with a hold.
Jeff, have you ever seen this before?
He's not on Levine, right, JP?
Right, they're going receiving team.
Number
Might have been a
number
ball sheet.
56.
Number 56. We'll take a look.
There you go. Yeah, that's Darren Bates, the linebacker.
And the key here is the timing of the foul. If it's prior to the kick, it could be previous spot as they've done. But if it's after the kick, then it falls under a different
And
kick.
the Ravens just going to take a knee and go to halftime. I don't blame them. Mike Vrabel should be an asshole and call a timeout. Use his last 2 timeouts in the last 3 seconds. That would have been a very Vrabel move.
Ravens get the football. Start the second half. Stay tuned for the USAA.
10-10 at the half.
Up next.
Oh, shut up. Whoops. Try not to knock my headset off into the floor again. I didn't pay for this headset, but it's a nice one. I don't want to accidentally break it. Gotta hand it to Baltimore for stopping Derrick Henry. He's non-existent in this game. It's still tied, though, so the Titans should stick with it and keep trying to get Henry involved, obviously. They're not stupid. They will. They will keep pounding their heads against the wall until he breaks a big run.
Welcome to the USAA Insurance Halftime. Here with Booger McFarland.
I'll be right back. Enjoy Booger.
Lamar Jackson's offensive coaches preached to him all week. Use the tools God gave you. You be you, and we saw what it looks like when he does.
Well, him being him is dynamic. You know, early on, the Titans did a really good job of keeping Lamar in the pocket, making him throw the football. But boy, did Lamar say, you know what? I'll show you I'm going to get loose. Here, Lamar Jackson drops back. There's nothing open. But watch how fast he goes from 0 to I'll holler, Susie, for a touchdown. He's tackled by the Tennessee Titans, and that's the spark that got the Ravens going. But this is how you do it. Watch the defensive end Landry get upfield. He comes back downhill and retraces his track. If you're the Titans and you're Vrabel, you're going into halftime, it's really simple. We cannot allow Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews cannot beat us. I think he feels pretty good if those two guys don't beat him.
You know, when you look at the beginning of the game, how the Tennessee Titans came out, Baltimore Ravens were behind. First thing you start thinking, can the Ravens come back from behind? But when you see, like you just said, Lamar Jackson being able to be shot out of a cannon, but here, let me switch it up to the defensive side for the Baltimore Ravens. Coming out at the beginning of the game, playing single coverage, but as you can see, Wink Martindale was able to switch it up to some zone coverage later in the first half. Right here, the touchdown to A.J. Brown right there. I don't care what y'all say, offensive pass interference, whatnot, is playoff football, bull. Let them play. Touchdown. It's 10-10. We got a tie at the half. I can't wait for the second half.
Titans have some of the toughest
Gotta close my damn window. It's cold in here.
Football. Right. Looking forward to the second half. How about the second game of the day?
Bears Saints. Come on, Bears. I know it's a long shot, but I'm definitely cheering for the Bears, even though they don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Today he is eligible to return. He is active. Randy and the Bears, huge underdogs. How might they pull off the upset?
Man, right here, Susie, number 52. I remember this team was called the Monsters of the Midway. Well, guess what, Khalil Mack? New Orleans, you're going down to New Orleans. The team needs you in Chicago. They're being able to defeat a single stunt, being able to defeat a double team.
If they can beat up on Deshaun Watson, they can get after Drew Brees' old slow ass. Go Bears. And remember, it took overtime for the Saints to beat the Bears earlier this year. So I'm just saying. Thank God the Browns won't have Denzel Ward or Batonio. Fuck.
Without their head coach, Kevin Stefanski, who is also their play caller, QB coach Alex Van Pelt will call plays. And I wondered if Stefanski would deliver some sort of virtual pregame speech, but no. That's on special teams coordinator Mike Prefer as acting head coach. Well, he's also going to make all those critical decisions on the sidelines. How do they pull this off?
Well, first of all, he's got to make those decisions.
So what's the over-under on the Browns running some fake punts or something tonight, since the special teams coach is technically the head coach now? You know they're going to pull something out of their ass. Go ahead and anticipate that, calling it now.
Do what Cincinnati did on Monday night. Sit on the short route. They don't run the football. The offensive line is soft. And see if Ben Roethlisberger can beat you throwing the ball down the field.
And Stefanski will be watching from his couch.
On a 60-inch TV with a remote.
Well, goddamn it, he's got me beat. I got a 50-inch TV.
We'll take you to Miami for a preview of the CFP National Championship.
You're watching the USAA Insurance Halftime.
Cheering for a couple of upsets the rest of the day with the Bears and the Browns. Although if the Saints win, I get to watch Tampa Bay get their ass handed to them for a third time by the same team next week. So there's positives on both outcomes, really. And then next week, no matter who loses, Bucks or Saints, I'll be happy. I will have something to laugh about at the end of the day. On one hand, you've got the Saints, who I despise. But at least they've been good for a long time. Tampa Bay's been shit for years. They get a Hall of Fame quarterback. Now they think they're hot shit. They need to learn their place. And I'd be okay if the Saints want to put them in their place. Oh, the possibilities. Tom Brady really did play unbelievably last night. Granted, it was against a 7-9 team. Oh, what? Oh, Walmart emailing me about rollback. No thanks, I've already spent enough money this past year. Time to make some more and hold on to it. It's the Monday night, Sunday afternoon, halftime, whatever.
Al Davis and NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle are bitter enemies.
Al Davis and Pete Rozelle, 30 for 30. Count me in, dude. I want to watch this. Can we just watch this now and forget about the Bears game?
30 for 30, Al Davis versus the NFL premieres February 4th on ESPN. In Nashville, 10-10 game at the half, and right now, Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit from Miami Gardens, Florida.
Thank you, Susie. The showdown in South Florida, the finish line for college football 2020, Alabama and Ohio State. Here in Hard Rock Stadium, we'll see a couple guys who expect to star on Sunday's, Kirk. And let's talk
Nick Saban returns to his old Miami stomping grounds.
Managing the pain.
Good memories in that building. Not.
Handle a mental part and carry the burden of all he does for the offense against a great defense.
And he's coming off his best game of his career in the way he played against Clemson, the guts that he showed, and ended up with 6 touchdown passes. But you're right.
They're in Florida, so there'll be fans at the national championship game, right?
And make decisions against a very complex Alabama defense. but he's going to have to use his legs to be able to open up opportunities like that to Chris Olave downfield. Where will he be? We'll keep a very close eye on that early in this game. Then DeVonta Smith, he won the Heisman on the show you had earlier this week. To me, he has been maybe the most humble superstar I've ever encountered, and is one of the hardest working players on this team. For Ohio State, it's where do you start? Where do you load up to stop Najee Harris? Do you worry about the explosive pass game? It'll be up to Mac Jones from Alabama to make quick decisions to put Alabama in a place where they can put those big points on the board.
For opponents, scheme, his speed, his route running, nobody has slowed down DeVonta Smith. So, who will be the last team standing when the confetti drops? Buckeyes and the Crimson Tide, 8 o'clock Eastern, Monday on ESPN.
Can't wait, guys. And in Nashville, Ryan.
Here's a nice slow-mo replay of that offensive pass interference A.J. Brown committed and got away with.
We'll finish. Third quarter coming.
USAA, an official insurance sponsor of the NFL, thanks you for watching the USAA Insurance Halftime.
Are you ready for nobody to watch the Pro Bowl, ESPN? Oh, wait, that was a draft commercial. My bad. Yeah, people will watch that. God knows you ain't got nothing else to do in April on a Wednesday night or whenever the fuck it is. Although, Jeff, you can just skip the fucking first round of the draft. You can hear the neighbor's dog who never shuts the fuck up. He's lucky he's so cute, or I'd go out there and kick him in the head. No, I'm kidding. I'm not Michael Vick. I'm a Falcons fan, but I didn't love Michael Vick that much. I would never hurt that dog. He's adorable. You know, I think people give teams like the Seahawks and Patriots too much shit for being bad in the draft, because think about where they're usually picking in the draft. They don't get high draft picks in New England or in Seattle. So naturally, you're probably less likely to really hit it on somebody by the end of the first round. Although they do seem to make all the wrong decisions. Think about teams like the Eagles that are always picking higher than Seattle that blow it every fucking year on draft picks. So, I'll lighten up on Seattle. Well, more than New England. New England deserves a bunch of shit because they ain't drafted anybody worth a fuck in what seems like centuries. But, you gotta remember, you never have high first-round picks when you're winning. Oh, wait, music video time. Always unmute the TV too soon. Okay, second half. Good things are going to happen here. It's going to be dramatic. It's going to be exciting. 10-10.
Titans actually done a pretty good job against Lamar, except for one little play.
One little play, yeah, a one little 58-yard touchdown. They did a very good job against Lamar. They never let Lamar get to the edge or get outside. They kept him from breaking contain. This touchdown run, he just finds a hole up the middle. And the spy they had on him totally missed. But they're not letting him stretch across the field and get outside.
By a quarterback ever in the postseason. The only one longer. Colin Kaepernick had a 56
Who was that?
touchdown run.
Did they just say Colin Kaepernick?
2012 divisional playoff game. 10-all as we hit the third quarter. Gostkowski will put it in the air. See if we get a return at a Devin Duvernay, and we will. And he won't make it to the 25-yard line. Steve and Brian and Lewis will hear from Lisa shortly. And the Ravens have done a great job. Derrick Henry has 10 carries for 18 yards, and yet we're still in a tie game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, they are shutting him down, in particular on first down, which leads you to believe here in the second half as Arthur Smith starts to throw the ball a little bit more on first down in particular.
2 hours till Bears Saints.
They need to produce some explosive now.
Remember the last playoff game, though, Derrick Henry had less.
At this pace, I will get a break between games until we get about 25 long-ass replay reviews. It'll be like yesterday. Spot or two on banana. I'm just going to say that anytime a fullback catches a pass. First down.
Steve, I asked John Harbaugh what changed for the Ravens after the slow start. He said nothing really. We just made plays here and there. He said he didn't have to say anything to Lamar Jackson after the early pick, that Lamar has been just fine. Harbaugh said it's the kind of game that he thought it would be, a back and forth. Mike Vrabel said he's happy with his defense except for the Lamar Jackson touchdown. He said he told his defense, hey, the guy's an amazing player. He's got to make plays. We've got to get the momentum back and keep playing good defense.
Thank you, Lisa.
They go to the edge again with a tight end this time. Kind of the same play, 2 plays in a row. Same route anyway, different sides of the field. Just to try to get the ball moving here. Stay ahead of the down and distance. That's more important for the Ravens than it is for most teams that are this talented.
Spreading this team out. Dory Jackson having to make back-to-back tackles on big men. That'll wear you out.
2nd and 6. Jackson will keep it.
Nice run. First down. It's the first time all day Lamar Jackson's really gotten to the edge and made something happen.
You gotta love the design of this run game. You pull Bozeman, you pull offensive tackle one way, then you come back and you read it out the backside. I mean, it just really causes a lot of conflict for your linebackers and your safeties. A lot of different things for them to look at. And by the time they really diagnose the play properly, Lamar Jackson is on the perimeter picking up first down.
And the reason for that, right, is the linebackers watching those big linemen pull. When the left guard and left tackle pull, that's a key for that linebacker to go where they're going, and then you have the speed of Lamar coming out the other end.
Matt Skura has checked in, extra lineman in for Baltimore.
Ah.
Trying to keep that and won't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Nothing there. Could have just handed it to the running back and saved Lamar a hit there.
You see quickly there, they wanted to get the ball turned inside. Didn't want Lamar getting out here on the perimeter. He could have handed it off to Dobbins, but kept it himself. They had all the gaps taken care of inside. It's amazing the kind of stress this offense puts you on from an assignment perspective in the run game. You cannot have anybody break down, otherwise Lamar will exploit you. Tennessee's done a good job so far.
2nd and 11, Dobbins checks in and immediately gets the
Damn. Be 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Desmond King brought him down, gain of 9.
Again, basically same principle. This time they pull the left tackle in the center, and then they hand it to J.K. Dobbins out the backside. Greg Roman's going, you know what? I'm going to give you a little bit of this. I'm going to pull this guy one time. I'm going to pull this guy the next time. I'm going to let Lamar keep it. I'm going to let him hand it off. I'm going to throw the ball off of it. He's got so many different things that he can do. It really does test the discipline of your defense.
3rd and 2. Jackson's gonna
Lamar's got the first and more.
and plenty more. And still trying to stay in bounds. And he's running behind his tailback, Gus Edwards, for 23.
This is when the Ravens offense is at their best. Nothing cute, nothing fancy, just straight up running.
Become an ad blocker. What that means is you're messing with the defense's numbers. You fake to him, but then he also becomes a lead blocker, and then you got the most explosive player in the NFL running behind him. That's almost impossible to stop. That's why a team like this rushes for 404 yards last week. I mean, how does that happen?
In an NFL game, amazing.
4th team to do so since 1950. Jackson will throw, and a catch is Ricard. Took it right off the
The
turf.
ball got lost in a crowd.
Give him 6.
What a great catch by Patrick Ricard. What else can this young man do?
Spider 2-1 banana.
He moved from defensive line over to offense and played fullback. Then they lose Boyle, Nick Boyle, the tight end. He has to go to play tight end. I talked to him this week. He's like, listen, I'm still learning offense. I'm more comfortable as a defensive player.
This is the easiest time the Ravens have had marching down the field today. Titans are good in the red zone, though. Situationally, this defense is a lot smarter than the average defense. They don't get beat situationally.
That was good assignment football here. You saw him. He just rode the ball there to J.K. Dobbins and pulled it. And Daquan Jones was just sitting there on the line of scrimmage and said, hey, I'll tell you this, you can pull that ball if you want. I don't know if you want my body falling on top of you, but that's good assignment football right there by the Tennessee Titans defense.
That defense has had an issue on
3rd and 2.
all season long. Worse than the league.
It's where the Ravens have struggled against the Titans in the red zone. They won't struggle here. 1st and goal.
Already his 3rd catch, and it's going to bring up
3 more chances.
Pick up a 9.
I can't tell you how hard this is for a big man like this to make a catch like that.
Now they're grooving here with Lamar.
He's got to use it.
They're running the plays that he's most comfortable with.
When you're coming around the horn as a fullback and blocking and getting your hands on guys, your hands get bloody, they get swollen. And to make a catch like that on a delicate pass for a huge 1st down, give Patrick Ricard credit.
6'3", 311 out of Maine. 1st and goal. Right behind Ricard.
Touchdown. Dobbins. That was really easy. That was a drive right there.
And it's 16 unanswered points after Tennessee.
16 straight for Baltimore.
You're going to see here, you're going to get a little double team here at the point of attack. You're going to get Ricard just coming around and watch J.K. Dobbins just follow the convoy. It's just perfect. Just leading up in the hole. Look, Rick Roman was dialed in on that drive. The plays were coming in sequence perfectly, built one off the other, give you the same look, but run a little bit different variation of the play. Mike Vrabel's going to have to get his defense on the sideline and kind of like settle them down and maybe from an assignment perspective.
Now, that was like night and day from the first half. Outside of that big run in the first half, the Ravens didn't do shit on offense. This was just methodical. Play after play. Who's the Karen in the Lamar Jackson jersey there? She don't watch football. Look at me. Oh, women don't watch sports. It's not possible. Now, if you're the Titans, you got a problem. Now you're the one at risk of falling behind. I smell food cooking. That's good. Look, I'm assuming if I don't hear from my dad by the end of the day, I'm not fucking working tomorrow. He said we figure it out this afternoon. Well, I know it's only about 3 o'clock, but can we figure it out faster so I don't have to sit here all day and wonder?
Back in Nashville.
Watch these grown-ass men, the Baltimore Ravens, prove me right on a football field because I said they'd win this game. Long way to go. But I'm feeling good right now about my pick. All the momentum in the world.
17-10, 9 to go in the third. Here's Darrington Evans from the goal line, trying a little spark. Done a pretty good job on Derrick Henry.
Done a great job on Derrick Henry.
Henry is not.
And it's all about setting the line of scrimmage and playing gap control.
It's almost like the Ravens made this their entire point of emphasis for this season. Stop Derrick Henry. Get Calais Campbell. Get Yannick Ngakoue. Stop this man before he gets to the children.
This is a game of adjustments. And so what does Arthur Smith do coming out of halftime here? We saw Greg Romo with a
Stop Derrick Henry before he can stiff arm somebody else out of existence.
Arthur Smith needs to make the adjustment now here too.
Trying to get Derrick Henry going.
And nice 2-yard run for Henry.
After a couple, McPhee. Since the Titans took a 10-0 lead, guys, they have run 7 plays prior to that last one. 7 plays for -7 yards.
All right, you want to get Derrick Henry going. There's no question about that. But right now, what Baltimore is giving you is the passing game, is the man-to-man, one-on-one downfield passing to Corey Davis and A.J. Brown. And I think that's where you got to make the adjustment and go.
Second down and 8. And they're on 26.
There you go again with Henry. Oh, that time he got a few yards. Looked like they might stop him, but he got 4 yards.
We always hear about Derrick Henry in the second half.
It's a lot of carries, but just not a lot to show for it.
Or the defenses have become softer in the second half because he's worn them down.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. I mean, he has tremendous staying power and stamina, and the defense, I mean, you get tired of hitting a big guy like this and taking on blocks, and sometimes your angles get sloppy and your technique gets sloppy, and he takes advantage of it. Baltimore says that they're up to the task. We're going to see. We're going to see if they can do it for 60 minutes.
McNichols in on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it's one thing to stop Derrick Henry for a whole half. Can he do it for a whole game? False start. No, they got away with it. It was not going to be offsides. They didn't come into the neutral zone, but there was movement somewhere. Titans get a first down anyway.
Boy, Tennessee needed that first down badly. They didn't get it by much. And you don't get a whole lot of production from Cameron Batson. I don't say his name a whole lot. One-on-one with Marcus Peters, but good effort.
Jeff Stone, my Falcons took Tack McKinley.
12 catches in the regular season for even 100 yards.
We wasted a first-round pick on Tack McKinley.
Here's one of these opportunities where it'd be nice to see him go up top off the play action and take a shot here.
Yeah, double tight wide receiver sets.
Play action. Has to check it down to Henry. So much separation Henry's got all day on a play action pass.
Well, the reason why I say that is because when both receivers are tight in the formation, it makes it easier for them to get across the field, and that's typically what you're doing off of play action. And they wanted to go deep there. Good read, nothing downfield, and check it down to the back.
Good eyes by the safeties, making sure they didn't get caught short, playing with depth, playing everything top down. You love the chess match back and forth.
Darrington Evans in the game. There might have been an issue with that handoff. It didn't look like a clean operation.
You talk about setting the edge and playing with knockback. Just watch Matt Judon right here at the point of attack against Swain. This is what you're talking about, resetting the line of scrimmage. He almost throws him into the running back and tackles him with the blocker himself. Rick Martindale said,
3rd and 2.
Our guys will be able to win at the point of attack. I promise you this. They're not going to just go ahead and mow us down like they've mowed down everybody. And right now, they have had the answers.
One-on-one outside in the passing game.
3rd and 2.
Good pass protection. Well, Tannehill's not getting rid of the ball. Incomplete.
Humphrey's able to knock it away from Corey Davis.
Corey Davis couldn't hang on.
Didn't see Derrick Henry in either of those last two plays.
Titans got a punt.
Issue with his shoe.
Watch these two players right here, Humphrey and Peters. They're going to
Derrick Henry was not on the field due to shoe issues there the last two plays.
This play is not theirs because of that communication, and then you get the rush on Tannehill. That's what made that play work.
That's exactly what they weren't doing in the first half. They were getting picked off on those rough situations.
That's the effect of stopping Derrick Henry. It made the Titans feel like they have to throw it on these 3rd and shorts.
Brett Kern back. He's at 3 50-yard or more punts. And Duvernay, fair catch, about the 7.
Go Pro and Subway for double the protein.
Oh, my God. Damn, that looks good. What was that? That's a Subway thing? Looked like that slot bowl KFC used to sell. Remember the slot bowl from KFC? So what's in it? Oh, fucking mashed potatoes, beans, cheese, pieces of chicken. It's like, yeah, it's slop. You guys just throw a bunch of shit in a bowl and said, look, here you go, $5. Still better than the McRib. The McShit sandwich, as I call it. Why don't they just make the McRib a permanent part of the menu if people love it so much? I personally don't like it, but well, I was like, oh, guess what, guys? The McRib is back. Well, why don't you just leave it on the fucking menu all year round? Never made any sense to me to take things that people like off the menu. Like Zaxby's. Where's that chicken parmesan sandwich I used to eat? Oh, it's been gone for like 3 fucking years now. KFC. Where's the double down or the double-licious? Gone. 4 years. It's like, is it ever going to come back? Shit was delicious. That double-licious thing, that was the bread, man. That fucking Hawaiian sweet bread or whatever the fuck it was on. God, that made that whole sandwich. I could eat 10 of those right now. Why does Ryan Tannehill look like he's in a Phil Collins video on this commercial?
Goodyear. Back to Nissan Stadium. One of my favorite cities in America, Nashville, Tennessee.
Ravens starting at their own 7. This is going to be a chore from this field position. Looked good on that last drive, though.
Worst starting field position for the Ravens. And they have the football in the lead. Swing around.
Swing pass to Hollywood Brown.
Brown trying to make some people miss.
It's about 4.
That's a dangerous part of the field to run. We've seen that play
twice, yeah. Said it before.
That ball got up on Marquise Brown kind of quick, but you better make sure that you trust the operation there is a little bit behind him, and he kind of bobbled it.
Lamar threw that pretty hard, too.
That's when
Yeah, Lamar almost threw that ball past Brown backwards, and then it would have been open season in the end zone.
Lots of eye candy there, as you guys like to say. It's Andrews.
Third down.
For a few. It's going to bring up a third down as we take a look at our Snort Watch. That's brought to you by Ally Bank.
Well, I'll tell you this, look, right now, Lamar Jackson is starting to get heated up. 11 rushes, 91 yards, and a TD. Derrick Henry hasn't been able to break the big one yet, but we know this. He averages almost 7 yards per carry in the fourth quarter, which we're approaching here almost inside of 4 minutes now in the third quarter. This game isn't over yet by a long shot. We haven't heard from King Henry yet, but Lamar Jackson is making his presence known.
3rd and 3. 15,000 here roar. Jackson.
Bad read by Lamar Jackson. Should have given that to the running back.
I think it's Jeffrey Simmons.
One of these times, they're going to have to give that to the running back because they're killing Lamar Jackson when they do these plays.
They brought him on a blitz off the edge, anticipating some interior run. Here he is right here. He's just going to come straight inside and be there for Lamar Jackson with a scraper over the top. It's really good design on a third down. Not expecting pass, but expecting a run blitz.
This could turn things around for the Titans. They're going to get great field position.
Raymond from the 40.
About the 42.
You know what? We'll stay right there. Pretty good starting field position. See what Derrick Henry. See the King
Can Derrick Henry do anything today?
Wow. I wish I could get a deal on a smartphone.
Can he do anything? Boy, they're piling in a lot of commercials right now, ain't they? So you do remember the old KFC slop bowl. Part of me thought I just dreamed it, but no, it was real. I remember it. We used to joke because at the end of the night, we'd give our leftovers to this black lab we had. Her name was Prissy. She was sweet. She'd get the leftovers. I'm like, dude, that bowl at KFC is just what we give the dog. So we should just order her one. Look, slop for your convenience in a lovely bowl. I have no interest in eating at KFC anymore. Like I said, they took everything I like off the menu. Tater wedges are fucking gone, I'm pretty sure. No Doublelicious, no Double Down. It's like, what can I get? Chicken in a bucket. That's it? Yeah, that's it. Although they still have the popcorn chicken. That's good. But the Walmart deli always had better popcorn chicken when my mom worked there. I don't think they have it anymore. Then you realize it's been at least 15 years since I ate from the Walmart deli. But I remember the popcorn chicken was always good. This is the kind of useless shit I talk about during commercials.
Derrick Henry going today, but he just finished his second straight record-breaking season, and finally a sequel as good as the original. The last 2 years, King Henry.
Earl Campbell, Eddie George, Derrick Henry, Chris Jones. Boy, what's with the Titans and 2,000-yard rushers?
Since the 60s, the Hall of Famer Leroy Kelly did it. Good to see Earl and Eddie in the movie theater as well. Watching the sequel.
Long live the King. He's averaging 2 yards a carry today, unfortunately.
It's been tough sledding. There's no
It's the most impressive thing the Ravens have done all year so far. We've still got a whole quarter to go, plus 3 minutes.
Since the first quarter touchdown. Best starting field position for the Titans, their own 42. 3 to play in the third. Play action. Tannehill's the best in the league.
A.J. Brown. Right to the Tennessee or the Baltimore 40.
They're going to get intentional grounding to tack it on.
Personal foul.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer.
So now the Titans are back in business at the Baltimore 25. Get a roughing the passer call after a great catch by A.J. Brown. See the hit on Tannehill here that drew the flag.
And you give them 2 steps, and after that, they're going to throw the flag every single time.
Oh, well, that's not roughing.
He's right on it, man. You get 1 step, and if you make contact with the second, it's a foul.
I don't think that's worth a foul, but they called it anyway. We are playing football, people. And Henry for a gain of 3.
Look at 3. Calais Campbell makes the stop. A massive man in the middle for Baltimore. 6'8", 300 pounds.
Baltimore is going to let the Titans beat them any other way except for running the ball with Derrick Henry.
Kind of wake up his offense a little bit. You see, he already went to his
Ryan Tannehill probably finds that very disrespectful.
Derrick Henry, you know, he's setting up a little shot down the field off the play action here soon.
First and goal, down to the 10. Don't even know who that is who caught that ball. But yeah, look at this heavy run look they get.
He looks at Corey Davis, doesn't have it. Westbrook and Keenan coming inside on the slant. Throw and catch, first down.
So it's first and goal from the 10.
This is where Tennessee has been historically good, scoring touchdowns 75% of the time in the red zone.
Run it with Henry. Gain of 2. They're trying, but they're doing it predictably. It's always on first down with these Henry runs because I don't think they have the confidence to run on second down and put themselves in 3rd and longs. They're just running on first down. It's like a token run play.
In the red zone, these tight ends for Arthur Smith have 11.
And then the Ravens can back off and do whatever on these 2nd and long, 3rd and longs.
How many different ways did they score in the red zone? Jonnu Smith. Jump pass from Derrick Henry. Speed option from Ryan Tannehill. They have all been nervous.
Oh, yeah, the fucking Nashville. Yeah, I've had those before, Joe.
Smith in motion.
They are good. I like food. I like talking about food.
Underneath for Brown.
3rd and goal from the 5.
3rd and goal. Queen stop. Ticks left in the quarter.
And they're going to bring another tight end. So now they've got Ferkser in the game, along with Jonnu Smith. Those 2 guys in these situations have been targets for Ryan Tannehill all year.
There's a blitz. They blitz. They get there. No, he throws it away to Henry. And they bring him down. Loss of 2. Boy, I thought he was going to slip that in there to Henry and get a nice, easy play. Is Tannehill bleeding? I think Tannehill's got a bloody lip.
It's the end of the quarter. And it's a 4th down when we come back.
Ugh. Ooh, there's Elizabeth Olsen again on that WandaVision commercial. At least we're finally going to get to watch this damn show. I have no idea what the show's even about. They stopped the run. They're blitzing Tannehill, and they've sacked him a couple of times now. I'd laugh if we come back from commercial and the Titans go for it on 4th. They won't. They got to kick the field goal there. Doug Peterson's like, I don't know, man. I'd go for it. Somebody get Doug Peterson on the line. He'll tell them what to do. He's fearless. You can tell I just have no fucking respect for Doug Peterson, especially after last week. Drop chart has still not broken at all since yesterday.
A 4th and goal situation and a field goal attempt from Stephen Gostkowski. Trying to get the Titans a little closer. Earlier good from 45. This will be from 25. It's been a rather up and down season for the 15-year veteran, Gostkowski.
It's good. 17-13, Baltimore. 4th quarter time.
Baltimore. We're back in 30 seconds after this word from Intuit TurboTax Live.
Amateur.
Four seconds in to this 4th quarter. If the Steelers win tonight, the winner of this game will go to Kansas City. If the Browns win tonight in Pittsburgh, the winner of this game will head for Orchard Park, New York.
The Bills circle the wagons.
Thrilling game yesterday between the Bills and the Colts. That had a lot going on in that game.
Yeah. Question about the health of Cole Beasley. You know, he was.
Can't believe how fast the Colts got back in that game when it should have been over. That's a problem, Buffalo, but hopefully you can overcome it.
The Pro Bowl may look different this year, but the NFL's best players will still be.
You'll see as much playing in the Pro Bowl this year as you've ever seen in the Pro Bowl. And it's not even happening.
31st at 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ABC for an all-access pass with the biggest names and brightest stars. I was kind of surprised Ryan Tannehill was rather public about being snubbed off the AFC. Couldn't crack the top 3 quarterbacks to make the Pro Bowl, which won't even be played. But to be the honor.
Excuse me.
Little chip on his shoulder, maybe. Here's Lamar Jackson to throw. It's Brown.
Hollywood Brown for a gain of 17.
Get away for Dory Jackson.
Well, the mantra with Marquise Brown, this is what they need from him. They need this guy to be able to win outside one-on-one. Just watch this route. This is a guy who has blazing speed. You see he gets Dory Jackson thinking that he's going to take him downfield and then just snaps it off. That's what they need from him. And then for him,
Well, that spread's really close right now, Jeff. The Ravens only have a 4-point lead. You said it was 3.5. We're right on the money in the 4th quarter.
Back a long ways, playing the State Youth Football League, although in different divisions. Here's Lamar trying to turn the corner. Lamar just turned 24 years old 3 days ago. He's already the youngest to win the Heisman Trophy, the youngest to win the MVP, youngest to start a playoff game, youngest to start a Pro Bowl. And everybody's on him after just 2 playoff games.
That's what I'm saying.
Awards. They're not team awards.
2 playoff games, and everybody's hating on the man. Have they said anything about what the 17th game is going to be for each team next year, Jeff? Because next year's going to be 17 games. But what's going to be the extra game for each team? How are they going to do that? I think it should be random. And also that means some teams are going to have an extra home game and other teams are going to have an extra away game.
Looks like he's limping off.
How's that fair? That's a consequence of an extra game I just now thought of that I hadn't thought of previously.
Every single inch, whether it's Lamar Jackson or J.K. Dobbins or Marquise Brown, that's the speed element of this offense.
Greg Roman finding very creative ways to get the ball into Marquise Brown's hands. We don't have to always take shots down the field. It can be the
Marquise Brown has 100 yards today.
Different swing routes, screens.
Ravens are looking good again.
100 yards receiving today. Back to the ground game with
They're in Tucker's field goal range now at the Tennessee 34.
6 touchdown catches in the previous 6 weeks. So he, much like the rest of the Ravens, have gotten hot at the right time. He's being attended to on the sideline.
Yeah, he did not look right when he was coming off the field. Maybe a cramp. You see him trying to get fluids in.
I don't know how you add a 17th game. Like, it's got to be some formula.
Second down and 7 now. At the Tennessee 34. Jackson trying to hook up with Ricard. Reese's ready to give Ricard the MVP in this game.
He had 3 catches on the last touchdown drive.
And he's the second leading
Glad
receiver.
Hollywood Brown's coming back in the game. I was worried for a second.
Coming back into the game.
Positive yardage here. No sacks, no negative plays. You're in Tucker's field goal range.
They've had some coverage issues in the flat, in the short area.
I say Tucker's field goal range because for most kickers this would be right on the edge, but for Tucker it's perfectly fine. Here's a blitz from the Titans. Incomplete. I can kick this field goal. Be 51 or 52 yards.
I like that approach from Mike Vrabel. Put some pressure up front on Lamar Jackson, and interesting play where Marquise Brown goes off to the sideline, dealing with some cramps, and he's unable to run by Adoree Jackson.
It's too cold for cramps.
Justin Tucker for a long field goal attempt.
This man is a machine. 52 yards.
Tucker.
He missed it.
No good. Missed it to the right.
No good. Titans get the ball back in great field position.
Game winner on Monday night, week 14, was hitting from 58 in pregame warmups, and he just missed from 52. And that keeps the Titans deficit.
Just missed it. Look at his face. He looks like Beavis. He seriously looked like Beavis there when he was watching that kick be no good. He was like, damn it. Should have made the kick. Joe Flacco always looked like Butthead. They'd be a great combination. Joe Flacco, Butthead, Justin Tucker, Beavis. I feel like I need a nap before the next game. I wish I could announce all the Falcons draft picks and express my disappointment or excitement. Like, on the Falcons pick, oh, cool. Oh, God damn it. I thought they were coming back from commercial. Aaron Rodgers said on the Pat McAfee show, part of his motivation to his team in a speech after the Chicago game was, quote, "Don't get fucking COVID." It could derail a whole team's playoff run like it's possibly done to the Browns already.
Justin
Tucker, look, it's a 50-plus yard field goal. You can't be mad. I've always said if your kicker misses a 50-plus yard field goal, you have no right to be mad. And Derrick Henry goes nowhere again.
Yes, Steve, we know what Derrick Henry's numbers are in the fourth quarter of games, how he wears defenses down. But when Henry was over here on the Titans sideline on the bench, he looked frustrated. And the last time the Titans offense was coming off the field, Mike Vrabel walked him back all the way to the bench and was in his ear, looking like he was trying to coach Henry up.
And Derrick Henry didn't look like he was hearing any of what Mike Vrabel was saying just now. Man's a competitor. Make the tackle. Oh, you let A.J. Brown slip away and he gets a first down. All you got to do is make the tackle. Great effort by A.J. Brown. Yards after the catch, nobody's better.
You can't bring A.J. Brown like that. Have you seen this young man's body? Do you see how he's put together? You can't grab his shirt and pull him down. That was a linebacker. Exactly. This guy is a man. I mean, he's an absolute stud.
He's all man and a yard wide, as Jim Ross would say.
He's well constructed.
Or well constructed. That's another good way to put it. Back to Henry again. You're just waiting for him to break one. Gain of 8. On the verge of breaking something big there. Good field position again. Is probably going to get the Titans a shot at 3 points.
They want to rush the football 30 times. That was the plan for the Tennessee offense.
That was close. If he doesn't get tripped up right there, he may have been in the end zone.
I'd come back to him again at 2nd and short. I'd run it again. Run it again. Tannehill's backing up into the shotgun now. Not even close. Incomplete. 3rd down. 3rd and 2, though.
Nice design from Wink Martin. They're all up here, but watch this. They're not just going to let A.J. Brown have one-on-one coverage. They're going to give him a little bit of help. Deshaun Elliott gets over there, and that's the adjustment that Wink Martindale is going to make you look like he's going to take it away up front, but still have 2-on-1 on A.J. Brown.
How about that? No rushing first downs today.
Wow. Titans have not run for a first down. How rare is that for the Titans? They've not run for a first down all day. Oh, incomplete. Hard hit, knocked the ball out. 4th down. Go for this. Go for this. 4th and 2. No balls. Go for it. You got to go for it. 2 yards. You had it there. Just got hit hard and dropped the ball.
Put the pads on you and jar that ball loose. Timely hit. Perfect form tackle.
They're going to punt? I disagree with that. Now would have been a great time to assert yourself with 10 minutes to go. I know it's only a 4-point game, but come on, man. They missed that field goal. You got a chance to build momentum, and you punt. Lame. Coach Dale would have went for it. So the NFC and AFC will rotate who has 9 home games. Okay. So the extra game is going to be NFC versus AFC. That's interesting. Wonder how they're going to decide who plays who, though. If I'm the Falcons, I'm like, hey, can we play the Jaguars every year? Our closest AFC opponents are pretty sure Tennessee and Jacksonville. I'd like to play Jacksonville every year, Jeff. I'd like that to be the 17th game for the Falcons. We just get the Jaguars every year. Although they're probably about to get Trevor Lawrence, so maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe I don't want to play the Jaguars every year. Look at all the poor famous people. It's that commercial again. Jeff, that means your Seahawks are probably going to be playing an old AFC West opponent a lot. If they go geographical, which would make some sense. Oh, God, I got to pee, but I can't because they're about to come back for commercial. I will hold it. I will fight it off. At least I think I'm going to get to eat between games because we got an hour and 20 minutes till the next game, and this game's almost over.
Stars will be recognized for the best plays and moments from this past 2020 season. Make sure you tune in to NFL Honors on Saturday, February 6th at 9 p.m.
I would have went for it on that 4th and 2. I really expected the Titans to do it.
14,029. That's awesome. I actually heard a smattering of boos. Real boos, right?
When you walked into the stadium?
No. Oh, not the curator.
Nice joke there.
Real hard boos raining down from the stands.
Can I have that curated audio so when you call me?
17-13 Baltimore with 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to Kansas City, most likely, because I think Pittsburgh wins later, but we'll see. First down, Ravens.
First down and more. That's how you start a drive.
All right, so here you are. This is what you wanted if you're the Baltimore Ravens. In that Week 11 game, they were up 21-10 in the second half, and they ended up losing. And now it's their opportunity. Their mantra all week has been finish, finish, finish. And you have an opportunity on offense now with the ball under 10 minutes in the fourth quarter. This is where you have to have your best football.
Oh, man, Lamar tried to throw an interception there. Brown gets 9 yards.
Brought down by David Long after his 7th catch. Pick up a 9.
Lamar changed that arm angle, going a little baseball pitcher style in order to fit that through a throwing window. Just look at him. Just puts his curtain right around the defender.
Woo!
Nick Zubnar had a chance.
Yeah, that could have easily been an interception.
You know he didn't see him.
2nd and 1. Try again.
First down, moving the chains with a 4-point lead. Clock is running.
They're going to give it to a first down.
Big stick from David Long Jr. Right in the middle, not the biggest linebacker. Number 51, here he is right here. Watch him fill this hole.
Ooh. He's been putting the pads on people all year long. And that's what it's going to take in this game right now.
How sharp do you think the Packers and Chiefs are going to be coming off their extended vacation? For the Chiefs, it's a real extended vacation. They didn't play anybody last week against the Chargers.
Can you stop us?
The Packers actually had to play against the Bears. Another first down into Tennessee territory.
His 4th catch is a first down across midfield.
It's a nice play design. Nice play design by Mark Andrews. Inside release and then bring it back out on kind of what they call a corner route or a 7 route. Defenders lose track of him. Lamar puts it right on him. He also had Hollywood Brown coming open on a post down the field off of that play action pass right there too. So Greg Roman's in a groove right now.
I like taking Andrews. Yes, you could have taken a shot down the field to Marquise Brown, but I like taking the bird in the hand, get a first down, eat some clock, chew up this defense. This is an impressive Baltimore drive.
Halfway through the 4th quarter.
Ooh, Lamar. Damn. He is so fucking fast. And you lose him in that big pile of bodies, and all of a sudden he explodes out the other side of the defense. This is just quarterback power right here in the hole that was wide open. They're lucky that somebody got him down. That's what I just said. Quarterback power.
These guys that played a number of snaps, and all of a sudden then Lamar starts getting loose.
6:45 to go and counting.
Jackson's over 100 yards.
Baltimore in field goal range again. Lamar's on the run. To his right. No gain.
And he'll scamper out and get back to the line of scrimmage. It's the 6th 100-yard rushing game by a quarterback in the playoffs all time. Lamar Jackson and Colin Kaepernick are the only players to do it twice.
It's become evident today in this game that Lamar Jackson, you can see the growth from year 1 as a rookie in the playoffs to year 2 last year, where he had 3 turnovers, and now he's managing this game. It's not about numbers. It's not about him. It's about taking care of the football, keeping your offense on rhythm.
Okay, Jeff, so that's how it's going to work. You play an AFC division opponent that finished in the same spot as you. Okay, makes sense. So our options are Broncos, Jaguars, Bengals, or Jets. Okay, Jeff. Broncos, Jaguars, Jets, or Bengals. Well, really, we know we're playing the Jets next year, so it'll be Bengals, Jags, or Broncos. Okay, I'm down with that. Third down for Baltimore here. Big third down if you're the Titans. Got to have it. Got to get them the fuck off the field here. Baltimore might have to take a timeout. 3, 2, nope, they're going to run the play. And the Titans make the stop. About 3 yards short of the first.
That sequence right there. They were late getting the play in. They were discombobulated.
Lamar wants to go for this.
They had to move guys around, and then they run a quick sprint out. That play didn't look good from the start.
Harbaugh's like, what the fuck?
He's going to try to go for this on.
They're going to go for this?
In this scenario, he's looking at a couple of different.
The Ravens are going to go for this 4th and 3, up by 4 with 4.5 minutes to go. Now, they might just try to draw them off. If they go for this, I'm actually shocked. They're going for it. Oh, they get it. There's a flag down. And it's on Baltimore. They had the first down, but there's a flag. Offensive pass interference, a pick play maybe, blocking the back. What are we looking at?
Pass interference.
Offensive pass interference. Harbaugh has a mask and sunglasses on, but he is losing his mind. I wish I could see his face. That's kind of tick-tacky there, but I guess it's a pick.
Wow, it didn't look like he got much of him, JP.
That's what John's saying as well. Wow. You know,
Yeah, that wasn't much of a pick play. But now Tucker's got to kick another field goal, or attempt another one. This is a 51-yarder. Same kick again, essentially. He nails it this time. 20-13, Baltimore with 4:20 to go.
It's a touchdown kind of game. 4:19 to play, fourth quarter. Super wild card weekend.
Here we go, kiddies. This game goes to overtime. I won't catch a break. But you know what? I kind of want the game to go to overtime because it's been a good one. Let me run to the bathroom before this gets too intense. how you can tell that was a iffy offensive pass interference calls? Because I didn't jump out of my chair and say, oh my God, that's pass interference. I said, oh, the Ravens got the first. Well, what's the flag for? The fact that we couldn't see it? I mean, if it was like real pass interference, it would have been blindingly obvious, you would think. I think that's the only kind of call they should make in those situations, are the obvious ones. But no, they made the call. The Ravens have to settle for a field goal and try to make another stop. They can do it. Dude, whoever made this fucking Pro Bowl commercial's an asshole. When they showed Derrick Henry stiff-arm Josh Norman, they made Josh Norman vanish into dust. They edited it to make it look like he vanished. That's nasty. That man's got a family. Josh Norman has a family.
The decision to go for it on 4th and 2, and they had it. And then the offensive pass interference from Snead. To see how that impacts how this game ends.
Took almost 6 minutes off the clock.
They make the Titans return this from the goal line. Gets across the 20. 4:13 to go, down by 7. Plenty of time, but you probably have to do it on this drive. And we're going back to commercial again for some reason. We came back for commercial to watch the kickoff. Yeah, I'm muting this. My TV unmuted itself just now when I tried to mute the commercials. I look forward to streaming a race next month. Back in my comfort zone. Streaming football is different. Streaming a race, I think we figured that out pretty well by the end of the season. I learned a lot this past year on how to do this. You'd be surprised. You think it's simple. Just turn on and talk and watch the race. But I had to figure out little things like how to handle rain delays and all that. I'm looking at the dust catchers on my PS5. They're doing a good job. PS5 is designed to keep dust from getting in the console. Because the PS4 admittedly was pretty poorly designed for that. Those little vents on the side of the standard PS4 would just get completely full of dust. Haven't got to play my PS5. I played it a little this morning and knocked out some dailies in Red Dead. But I've been watching football. Get back to streaming some video games. Some video games this week. It's the great thing about no games during the week right now.
And the Titans have the football.
Do or die, Titans. Show me something. Make this dramatic. I'm cheering for drama, so I'm kind of cheering for the Titans on this drive here to get this going. They can't run the ball with Henry. They're going to throw it to him. Gain of 7.
Yeah, this could be a pivotal play. Look at Willie Snead there. That's just poor technique. He's got to come out, square his shoulders, get his butt out, and shoot his hands like he's going to catch the football. Then he won't get called on that.
Titans are going hurry up offense. They run Henry again, who gets about 3. 3rd and 1. They're still trying to get him involved. Trying to keep him involved. When's the last time a defense has shut him down like this?
Arthur Smith is having to orchestrate this drive without Corey Davis. Corey Davis is on the sideline and does not have his helmet, so does not have him in the game. Their playmaking wide receiver.
3rd and 1.
3rd and a long one.
With the amount of time on the clock, you're in 4-down territory, and they run it with Henry. Doesn't get the first. 3 minutes to go. You cannot punt at this point. I know you're in bad field position.
Tennessee's going to go fast. There was no safety up on the line of scrimmage, and they
A little too committed to the run there. Here comes a sneak from Tannehill. Look at the body language. It's a sneak. Or is it? Yep, it's a sneak. There it is. 1st down. Okay. It's all good. Had to go for it on a 4th and 1 on their first set of downs. I called sneak all the way until they motioned that receiver, and I thought, well, they might get a little cute here, but no, they went with the sneak.
You just wonder where the big shot is going to come against number 24, Marcus Peters.
Got to open this thing up. Get down the field. You can't get on 4th down again like that. 2-minute warning.
The problem, Lewis, is that their most explosive player to go opposite of A.J. Brown is Davis. He's on the side.
We're going to right back to fucking commercial again. 20-13, Baltimore with 2 minutes to go. Tennessee's driving. Who's moving on? Nothing beats the drama of NFL playoffs. You lose, see you later. Ain't no best of 5, ain't no best of 7. Your ass is going home, and we'll see you in September. And I know we won't see you till September because there ain't going to be no preseason again this year. Unless there's just some kind of medical miracle that erases COVID from existence entirely. There's not going to be a preseason again this year. And honestly, I'm fine with that. Preseason is always fucking stupid anyway. Preseason is like softcore porn. Wow, it looks just like the real thing, but it's not the real thing. And you're bored. So, I was fine with no preseason this year. And I'll be fine with it again this coming season. Nerve-wracking. That's why I don't get... I've said it all day. Why are they cracking on Lamar Jackson? He can't win in the playoffs. He's played 2 playoff games and he can't win. It's like, dude, NFL games in the playoffs are single elimination. Somebody's going to fucking lose. People are going to lose. We got to look at these a little differently than we do other sports. Because you only get one shot at it. Say that as a guy who watched Matt Ryan get blamed for every Falcons failure, despite the fact he was the only reason they made the playoffs to begin with his first couple of times. 2nd and 5, 2 minutes to go.
2nd and 5. Tannehill steps in.
Oh, it's intercepted by Marcus Peters. Get down, Peters, get down. The Titans have 3 timeouts. Oh, that's mean. See what the Ravens are doing?
Corey Davis, right? Corey Davis, they tried to get it to Khalif Raymond, and he falls down on the play.
Yeah, you knew that was coming, though. You could just see it as you were watching it. They were going to try him out here, and you're going to see Khalif Raymond come down the field here. But what he does is he falls down, and he's not even looking for the football. You see the switch release. Ryan's trying to get him, and he falls down. They were trying to set this up. I was watching this unfold right in front of us right here. But they don't have one of their biggest, strongest, fastest receivers out there to take advantage.
After
They
the
were on the same
interception.
page. Look at Khalif Raymond looking back for the football.
Taunting on Baltimore. 15-yard penalty from the end of the play. Baltimore keeps the ball. First down.
And at the end of that, it was the Ravens stomping all over the Titans logo at the 50-yard line. Tack on the taunting. Tennessee still has all 3 timeouts.
Well, I see the Ravens got flagged unsportsmanlike conduct for mocking the Titans. But that's been building up for a year. So I'll let them have that one. I'll let the Ravens have that one. That was cold, man. They immediately ran over and started taunting the Titans bench. Did you see the Ravens all run over to the Titans sideline and start making fun of them when they got that interception? I got to be honest. If the Falcons ever beat the Saints, if the Falcons and Saints ever play in the playoffs and the Falcons win, shit, I'd want my team to be doing backflips right in front of the Saints sideline. I don't give a fuck. Get 35 personal or unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Rub it in. So I see why the Ravens were doing that. Oh my God, the Ravens just got flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct for mocking the Titans to their face. These two teams hate each other. I love that shit in football. I want more pettiness in football. Oh, sportsmanship. Nah, fuck that. Let them know. Let them know when they've talked all that shit. Well, Ed Reed didn't like it. Ed Reed said, I love my Ravens, but win with class. I liked it. I like some pettiness. Now, the Titans do have 3 timeouts.
Tennessee's only turnover of the game.
That's the last thing you want to see for the Titans is Marcus Peters catching a game-winning interception. You know he's going to let you know about it. Because it's Marcus Peters. Why are the Ravens throwing this ball? Why are you throwing this ball? Why are you throwing the ball there?
Let's go back and take a look. This is A.J. Brown here at the top of the screen. Watch what happens. Ryan Tannehill predetermines he's going to go in the slot. But
Yeah, dude, I don't blame him for mocking the Titans because the Titans talked mad shit for a year about Baltimore. So I got no problem with this. They ran right over the Titans bench and started
Marcus
making fun of
Peters
him.
versus A.J. Brown on the other side of the field, and he beats this guy, and it may come back to bite Ryan Tannehill.
How about the play call there on first down? Incomplete pass.
I don't like that play call there. Maybe the Ravens shouldn't have been waving at the Titans that soon.
Lots of time in this one. Second attempt.
Uh-oh. Stay in bounds, stay in bounds, stay in bounds, stay in bounds.
And he's smart enough to stay.
And he does. Now that's game over.
Process of Lamar Jackson.
Titans can burn their timeouts now, but that definitely helps.
That elusive first playoff win.
Cole Bradley Bozeman, you have Gus Edwards, you have Patrick Ricard out on the perimeter. Same play again and again and again with different variations. They just keep going to the well over and over again.
I hate that for Ryan Tannehill. I've been a big fan of his. I hate that he threw that game-losing interception. Of all the people to do it, he didn't deserve it, but he made a bad throw. Apparently it was tipped. I didn't even see the replay. I was so hyped about the interception. I missed the replay entirely. It just looked to me like it sailed high and Marcus Peters picked it off.
79 yards passing, 137 yards rushing for Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry remains
The Ravens rushed for 223 yards today.
on his 18 carries. Here's Gus Edwards.
And Derrick Henry was a non-factor.
Clock stop, minute 32 left. As we look at our epic stuff, brought to you by Papa John's.
What a game.
Lamar Jackson.
This is the backbreaker, that 58-yard touchdown run in the first half. Game's not been the same since.
The top 3 rushing yard performances by a quarterback in playoff history. And the defense has stepped up when necessary. And there, just to show you again, it's a nasty rivalry.
They were stomping on the Titans logo and dancing, facing the Titans sideline.
Makes these big time games really, they make them exciting. Look, I mean, these guys are ultimate competitors. They love getting under the skin of the opponents.
Titans can only stop the clock one more time. Edwards.
3rd and 1. Titans take their last timeout. 3rd and 1. Minute and 25. Clock's not running.
Timeout taken. Again, the playoff picture in the AFC really all hinges on the Steelers-Browns game tonight in Pittsburgh. If the Steelers win, the winner here goes to Kansas City. If the Browns come up with a victory tonight, the winner here will be on their way to Buffalo.
Well, you can't help but think about this Baltimore Ravens team in Week 12 after they lost to the Steelers, and they had been through so much. They had lost.
Steelers fans are not happy.
Everybody was piling dirt on them, saying there's no way.
They didn't want to see Baltimore get past this first round, I can tell you that.
And this team didn't lose faith. Every single week was a playoff game, and now here they are.
3rd and 1. And they got it. First down, game over. And the Ravens win the game 20-13. They're moving on.
It's amazing, isn't it, as far as...
How about now?
Yeah, I can't overemphasize.
How about now?
He doesn't care if you know where they're going to run the football or how they're going to kind of construct the run. It's just whether or not you can stop it. How many times have we watched Bradley Bozeman 77 pull and run to the right side again?
That's revenge. That's got me fired up. I'm not a Ravens fan. I like the Titans, but that's got me fired up. That's revenge right there.
It's been 6 years.
That is revenge.
Won a playoff game in these Baltimore Ravens, and this team is so
Game over. Take it home. We got about 45 or 50 minutes till the next game. And the Ravens are going straight to the locker room.
And the Ravens, they're not hanging around. Lamar is
Wow.
out of here, and he leaves.
Hold on
with
a
that
second.
elusive first playoff victory. Two coaches get together. A little bit different than the last time they got together. This Ravens team was 6-5 in the first week of December.
Yeah, look, I mean, what did John also tell us? He said, you know, we have a tradition around here of winning some of these things, some of these playoff games. We won the big game. It'd be nice to
Y'all, that is straight up disrespectful. Ravens didn't shake hands or nothing. They went straight to the fucking locker room, dude.
They absolutely stopped Cincinnati in the last game of the year, ran 400 yards
All right.
in the game.
Good for Baltimore. Questionable ethics or not, good for Baltimore.
They found out exactly what it's going to take for them to win football games and carry them as far as they
We picked the winner again.
Most encouraging thing for the Baltimore fans watching
I'm 3 out of 4 this weekend so far on Super Wild Card Weekend.
they held Derrick Henry to 50
My Super Bowl picks are still alive.
yards rushing. They got healthy when the time was right. Calais Campbell, Brandon Williams.
All right, guys. I'm going to get off here and go eat my supper, and I'll see you guys in about an hour. We'll be back for Bears and Saints, 4:40, 4:45, whenever. So.